All right, welcome to all our viewers, and now I can say that to our folks here at Narrabeen at the Sydney Academy of Sports and Recreation, as we try to work out a few audio issues. And we're clapping, so that's a good sign. We're here on day 3, the final day of seedings here in the Junior AGL, and starting off we have the All-Stars taking on the New South Wales Wolverines. Joining me in a few moments will be, of course, my start of the day colour commentator and our back coach, John Hollywood Rowe. But let me preface today with that there have been a lot of calculations, rule discussions and interpretations talked over many a hot chocolates regarding the seedings today. We will talk you through it as the day goes on, but let's start off with this ladder as it stands right now. Sure if that's coming up on our screen. And well, you guys have it on your screen. You can see that Queensland and Victoria, the two teams with 4 points, 2 wins so far. And then New South Wales on 2 points, South Australia on 2 points. And then the All-Stars and WA still searching for victory number 1. Of course, that can all change today. We'll get onto that a little later. Let's take a quick look at the original team list that started this tournament. Of course, there have been a few changes, both for injuries and jersey changes. Not so much for this New South Wales team. They are very much as listed pre-tournament. They're leading a touchdown scorer right now. Liam Brown, number 25, scored 2 touchdowns last game, as did Ben Chariot. Was also 4 from 5 on extra points. And there we go, New South Wales Wolverines. And the coin toss coming out.
Good morning, viewers.
And there we go.
I'm just standing outside. If everybody can hear me in the stands, give me a wave. If you can hear us in the stands, give us a wave. Just make sure my microphone's on. Check 1, 2.
Your microphone is working. You will be a little bit quieter to me based on the microphone positioning.
That's all right. I'll just speak louder, Kenny. Just used to that. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Yes, Kenny, thank you so much for making
Good morning,
my
gentlemen.
head
My name's Scott
morning.
Hood. I'm going to be your referee today. Over here we've got Brian. He's going to be your umpire. Okay, today, All-Stars, you are New South Wales, you are the home team. So All-Stars, you are the visiting team. Oh, actually, I've got that backwards. No, that is correct. Sorry, I was looking for my change. New South Wales, you guys are the home team. All-Stars, you're the visiting team, right? I've got a coin here. I've got a T on one side. I've got an H on the other. Okay, I'm going to flip it up in the air. I'm going to let it land. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to make your call before I flip it. What's your call? Tails. Tails is the call. Tails it is. Tails it is. You have won the toss. What would you like to do today? You're going to receive. What way would you like to kick today? You're going to kick this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate around. All-Stars have won the toss. They've elected to receive. Gentlemen, shake hands. Good luck. Have a good game.
There you hear the coin toss. All-Stars electing to receive. We'll have a quick look at
gentlemen,
their
we're
team
gonna
list
go for
before we
the-
align for the national anthem.
And just want to confirm for everybody at home, guys, yes, 77 Samuel Kenner is only 17.
Let's see, a couple of big names that have had some big days. Samuel Kennedy just met Thomas Jeeves with a big touchdown last game. Jake Parfitt with a sack as well. All right. You can see the All-Stars team list. A few omissions. Gil Ellicott done for the tournament. Unfortunately,
That's a big shame.
with ankle injury, as is young Cody Jeeves. Or Corey Jeeves, my apologies. Broken hand.
Obviously, Thomas Jeeves' younger brother.
All right, both teams are aligned, and we'll prepare for the sounding of the national anthem. And there it is, the Australian national anthem. As we start day 3 here in the junior AGL, isn't it great to see all of our young men singing along to that anthem of ours?
Know the words. I'm still a bit iffy, Kenny. I'm still a bit iffy about the whole hand on the heart thing. The Romans and the Americans are the only 2 countries ever to do it, and, you know, look how it's going for them. So let's just keep it real, people. We don't have to follow their lead. We are patriotic.
I'm just glad the helmets are off. And that's a quick review of the tournament that's been so far. Day 1, Queensland started off with a bang. 45 points to 8. Victoria, they defeated New South Wales with right now is one of the telling victories of the tournament. South Australian Sharks on the final game on day 1, 22-20 over the All-Stars.
And let's not forget, Kenny, the All-Stars had a cracker of a chance to tie that game with a 2-point conversion, and only were just half a yard short.
Rossi creating the difference for the 2 teams there. Queensland 49-0, a full 35-point spread victory against South Australia on day 2. All-Stars went down to Victoria 38 points to 14, and the New South Wales Wolverines fully clicked into gear, defeating the Raiders, 34 points to 0. And of course, today's game, New South Wales taking on the All-Stars. South Australia and WA in game 2, and Queensland versus Victoria. As it stands right now, seed 1 and seed 2 playing in the final game of seedings.
Yeah, as mentioned before, Kenny, you were hurting my head at some ungodly hour this morning before my hot chocolates when you were, Coach, what do you reckon about this scenario, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, my goodness me. And then it was hilarious when we both sent each other the playoff rules at the same time, because we both had the same idea.
Well,
but we worked it out.
It looks like we have got some sort of consensus on how it will go. So, simply put, before we focus on this game in its full entirety, if it's a 3-way tie, it will come down to for and against. If it's a 2-way tie, i.e. one of those scenarios is the All-Stars defeating the Wolverines this morning, it will come down to head-to-head.
Okay. We've got that sorted, so let's not worry about that anymore. We've got Ben Sherritt about to kick off. I thought the All-Stars did really, really well against Victoria. I mean, obviously outsized and outgunned with their players, and they've lost a few horses, but I'll tell you what, I was down on their sideline most of the game, and you can't take away that heart. They've got such pride for the All-Star crew.
Certainly can. Matt Long confident he can get the job done today with his troop. And that might be Simonton returning there. He's weaving through the New South Wales Wolverines. Kick chase, and in fact, I will correct myself on the first call of the day. That's Andrew Robinson from the Central Spears.
Nice job. I think he's their fastest guy on the All-Star squad. I've been waiting for him to break something. He's got some talent there, and what a great field position start for the All-Stars, right on halfway.
A good job here. Look, so much.
Somebody got jacked up.
Oh, special teams. Some of you know a thing or two about, Coach.
I was just looking if it was 27 or it was 47. I think that would have been Luke Hawkins. What a great job. Jacked somebody up and then went chasing the ball. 1st and 10.
And on first down, it's Wilkins this time starting at quarterback, not Mikulev. He'll give it to Lacey, who's had a good tournament but doesn't start today off too well. Gets taken down for a 1-yard loss.
Remember, Kenny, we talked about Lacey from game 1. Lacey cannot afford to stop. He can't be that the big oil tanker where he's got to change directions quickly. Get him going to that line of scrimmage. You saw right then he had to stop behind that left tackle or left guard, change direction. That can't happen. He's just got to go north-south. Those big offensive linemen got to get out of the way.
Yes, they do, or at least get other people out of the way. Jeeves and their outside man and Flinders Cameron both scoring a touchdown last game. They will go, in fact, to Robinson. Robinson still making players miss but can't get downfield. Might have picked up a yard.
Great throw there. Really quick throw by the QB. Robinson has this want to go back to the middle, and that will be his undoing. Every pass he catches, he tries to take it back to the middle. Just to let you know, young friend, 10 bad people in the middle. Sideline is your friend. He's quick enough to get to the outside. He always wants to bring it back.
Old Sammy sideline.
Almost a face mask there, Kenny.
No call by the end of it, though. Here is a 3rd down conversion for the first time today. Wilkins Gives off to Lacey on third down. Still can't make much happening. He trucks past the line of scrimmage. Picks up another yard, maybe 2 by the time he fell down. It will be 4th and long, and it looks like they are sending on the punt unit. Punting for the All-Stars is Flinders Cameron. Lacey is the up back. I think back returning for New South Wales might be Damon Rowland. Rowland will pick it up after 2 bounces. He's looking for space up the right-hand side. We had a return to start the day, and we have a good return in response from the Wolverines. That takes it over halfway. Wolverines will start in almost the exact same field position as the All-Stars.
Good job there. Nothing in the back so far. Good blocks all to the sideline.
And unfortunately, we have no timekeeper in the booth again. If there are any of the officials hanging around, I would love to serve as the timekeeper and down official. Please report to the operations tent.
Please report to the tent. 1st and 10 for New South Wales.
On first down, here goes Hawkins. Hawkins finding some space off the right end. Right tackle.
Just noticed we've got number 11 quarterback Max Heptonstall for New South Wales starting the game. He hasn't been the starter for most of the time.
That being said, he has played, whilst he hasn't started, he has played considerable snaps.
Oh, absolutely, Kenny. It's been a great change up between him and Michael Ryan. And it's really good to have a left-handed QB and a right-handed QB. You can mix that up.
Certainly can. 2 touchdowns last game during his stint, which was played mainly in the 2nd and 3rd quarters.
I wonder if New South Wales are going to take a deep shot here, Kenny. Just loosen it up.
Chariot had 2 deep touchdowns yesterday, and it looks like Heptonstall might have been down when he picked up that snap.
Referee is saying there, yes, the knee was down, which brings the play to the end. Second down and about 13.
So that is something that is, it happens in under IFAF rules, as I've mentioned before. You don't need to be forced by an opponent to be considered tackled. Once any part of the body other than the palms of your hands and soles of your feet touches the ground whilst in possession, you are tackled. Even if you are taking the snap, fielding a punt, you are considered down. Still early in the first quarter. First possession, New South Wales. On 3rd and long, Heptonstall. He's looking underneath. No, I think he actually scrambled there. I've got a bit of glare on the pocket.
He did. Sam Kenner there turning to chase, but only 6 in the box for the All-Stars. And I think the 2 linebackers bailed, so they were expecting pass.
That brings up a 4th down, double sticks. It looks like there is a personnel change. They will exchange punts to start this game, these 2 teams. Sam Kenner, though, worth noting, looks like he's starting both ways, left tackle and defensive tackle.
He's an athlete. He can do it.
It's no easy task, let me tell you. This time, rushing from a standing position. On the punt.
Oh, early whistle.
Early whistle, was it inadvertent or was that punt just that fast?
It was just, I think it was a quick punt.
It's interesting though, we're finding more and more teams wanting just to find the sideline with these punts throughout this tournament. Of course, very frequent when you got a dangerous returner. I talked to Patrick Howell, you were there with my chat with him yesterday. It was designed for South Australia to aim directly at the sideline to avoid punts to Calder Shanks. I think they're obviously showing the same respect to the All-Stars return unit.
Yeah, but you don't want the ball to go out of bounds that quickly, Kenny.
Yeah, there is some sort of balance to be made.
Yeah, I sort of coach, if the ball's going to come out to the 20, sort of aim at about the 15 and the 10.
1st and 10. Second possession here for Wilkins in this All-Stars offense. Backing off now is New South Wales speed option. Rugby league pitches behind Lacey. Oh, geez, that's a killer in both Gridiron and rugby league, quite frankly.
It certainly is, and I'll tell you what, the big issue here is the quarterback is not even looking at the pitch guy when he rugby league passes it. Have a look at this. Not even looking where he is. That's a little coaching point there. You don't need to head fake anybody. An option is basically you've got to read somebody and know where your ratio is. I thought Lacey was in a good pitch relationship there. He had the distance. You just need to be able to look at the guy you're going to pass the ball to.
And yeah, Cameron Smith wouldn't be proud of that no-look pass, even though he pulls it. Oh, wait, sorry, in New South Wales, shall I say Freddie Fittler wouldn't even coach you to do that one. Oh, would you look at that? They want more of us, Hollywood Road.
Oh, sensational. Sorry, people, we're trying to do everything here in the commentary booth.
And there's the first pass attempt. It's been intercepted, downed immediately, but taking the ball away for the Wolverines is Eric Minicelli. I think we found the perfect ideal spot.
We have found the perfect spot. I might even post that.
No one's vlogging this tournament like you, mate. No one's seeing through the eyes like you. Minicelli, though, a nice grab, picking off an early pass attempt there by Christopher Wilkins. Wilkins still developing in his career as a quarterback. Has played a lot of wide receiver so far. He's still young in the game. I think he's only in his second year.
Oh, absolutely. He's a young fella.
And Hepsenstall in his first game as starter. And I think we're seeing a timeout, whether it's...
No, I've got a number 7 coming to the sideline. Maybe...
no, that's Lucas Jeff, the wide receiver. Had a couple of catches last game. I think he might have been sent off because of
equipment violation?
Yeah,
or?
Equipment infraction.
All right. Will New South Wales take a shot here, or are they going to hand it off to Streeter?
And Streeter will get the carry and will correct us. Hawkins, 26-27. They look very alike.
Oh, hello. They do. Sorry, Mr. Hawkins.
I've been called out for that already early
Thank
this
you,
tournament.
Mr. Hawkins. Cameron Streeter getting the yards, even though he's not even on the field.
He's added another couple of yards. He's had a pretty good tournament so far, although New South Wales relying very much on their passing game throughout the tournament so far. Only one rushing touchdown, and that's the Cameron Streeter.
And take a shot here, Kenny. Second down to short.
Well, they will not. They will stay on the ground. I'll wait to see that second digit. It is still our man Hawkins. Streeter, of course, having the sleeve tats, I believe.
Absolutely. He's making a recent trip overseas to get the tattoos. No, just with that formation there, second down and about 3 or 4 is a really good down that you can take a shot because it leaves you with third and short.
And third and short is the current situation after that Hawkins carry.
I was just watching the way that Hepsenstall was looking at Chariot there. I thought they were going to hook up on the pass. It is third and about 2 yards.
Yeah, bro.
Could watch for the quarterback keep here or the give.
Short one, but they've got the power back in Nullawabau. Or Nullawabau, as I've been possibly told it's pronounced, and they will give to him. A nice little jump cut at the line, and you think he's got enough.
Black Ravens, Black Ravens, Black Ravens.
He's built very much like a former back we've seen in Queensland. Don't you think his build kind of reminds you of Ben Curry?
I think so. He's a little stockier. It could be the rib protectors.
We talked about, what's his name now, Mr. Divine Scott.
Bailey Divine Scott, yes.
Ben Curry, of course, another MVP in that tournament, offensive MVP from Queensland. Nullawabau. He's still in the backfield. He'll get another carry. He straightens up, trying to fight off a tackler, but gets past the line of scrimmage, taken down there by Ethan Rakura.
Nice little inside right counter. You can see the right guard pulls to the left, so the play is initially designed to go to sort of the right tackle, the right guard, and then he's going to stick his foot in the dirt at about 2 yards and come back to the left. You saw the pulling guard there, so we call that inside right counter. Change of running back now.
And they're mixing it up. Matter of fact, they've done a good job of mixing up their running back core, and I've got my lovely Blue Mama delivering the goodness as the incomplete pass is called after it's attempted to be completed to Corey Dean.
Taking a shot in the corner there on the outside.
Big thank you to Matt Steele's lovely wife, Christy Steele, who's provided me some delivery service.
It is a family sport, Gridiron, isn't it?
And now we've got third and long.
Is that game clock correct, Kenny?
No,
Oh, good.
it very well could be Paul Mercer. One of the finer timekeepers in the game is back in the booth. Heptonstall hands off here. Is that Streeter this time? It's still Hawkins. Hawkins gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. Once again, it's Rakura who's having a pretty good tournament.
Not too bad. Trying to get to the outside here, you can see, trying to get that staircase block. Nothing worse than getting the wrong coffee, Kenny.
Indeed, and that's a big stop there for the All-Stars. But of course, Wolverines with one more chance here on fourth down. But keep in mind, this were around extra point distance thereabouts. Sharon was
absolutely.
4 from 5 yesterday.
They'll go for it wherever they're here. Interesting, they're going with the faster back. I thought they would have stayed with the power back. That inside right counter, inside left counter was working quite well.
Well, in comes their lone touchdown, their lone rushing touchdown scorer, and Cameron Streeter. He lines up to the left of Heptonstall. Mulvaney's also in the slot now.
Left tackle split out very wide.
And they'll throw to the right. Looking for the slant. Is that Dean? He's down. They've got the first down, not the touchdown. They'll get another chance to do that next play. Corey Dean with a catch.
Just short. Great slant pass. Jumps up and gets it. Safety there just a little late. He's on about the 4-yard line going in. Something I got to see there, Kenny, the other day against New South Wales is, I think it's the right tackle, right guard, 61, my apologies, 61. Hackett. His split is considerably wide. It's almost like a 4-foot split. And that's the way they've stayed with it. So
obviously it's by design.
It's by design, but you can see that the splitting here is actually between the centre and the right guard, and the right guard and the right tackle is quite large.
I wonder what that means.
It's been all tournament.
Heptonstall looking right again. Oh, a catch is made, but great coverage, 7 on 7.
That's Will Simonton.
He had a great game in a loss 2 days ago. Collecting an intercept in the end zone. Also get an amazing bat back. This time he lowers the boom.
Great catch.
That's Lucas Jeff on the catch.
Jeff, great catch, great coverage. Good football.
Back on the field after fixing his helmet. They send the blitz there. That's on coach.
I think that's a good idea because they've seen those gaps, and you only need to defend a shorter field here so you can afford to blitz.
2nd and goal.
Kenny watching live outside the window.
Making sure I can see my touchdown officials. Mulvaney in motion. They'll give it to Streeter. Streeter looking for space down the right-hand side. He's beaten one tackler and a second. Can't beat the 3rd and 4th. That'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Oh, bit of a false start there from Ben Chariot, but decided to let it go. Didn't really have a benefit on the advantage on the play. Just trying to that motion there, just trying to hook that end in, seal that end so that Streeter can get round the outside.
Round the outside.
Round the outside.
3rd and goal.
Streeter's new nickname is Buffalo Girls.
Heptonstall.
Oh, power in the double back here.
Hang on, going under centre. We haven't seen a whole lot of this.
Oh, we're going back to the 90s.
2 in the backfield. They'll give to Streeter with a lead. He hasn't been touched yet. Juke's inside. And we've got points on the board in favour of the Wolverines.
Nice drive there by New South Wales. Some really good stops there by the All-Stars as well. But you bring that fullback in there, and it's just a nice little off tackle to the right. Darts around, and he can shoot it to the outside. Fullback number 7, Lucas Jeff there. A wide receiver.
Proven to be a bit of a utility nowadays. More and more we're seeing fullbacks Well, tight ends are going this way now, but fullbacks really isn't a specialist position anymore. It's pretty much fullback by committee.
Yeah, but I'd still love a fullback any day of the week, though. I think double tight ends and a fullback somewhere in your arsenal is a must still these days. I know we've gone spread over the years, but I think it was a 2 tight end set is very, very hard to beat.
Preach. Chariot 4 from 5 yesterday or 2 days ago, and he makes it 1 from 1 on today. 7-0 the lead now for the New South Wales Wolverines, and a quick correction on the last play. That was, of course, Nalawabau leading through on the touchdown run. Streeter now still the only rushing scorer for the Wolverines. And once again, the theme continues. We talked about this on day 2. Still more passing touchdowns than rushing touchdowns. We've definitely turned a corner here in Gridiron, Australia.
Yeah, but let's have a look at those passing touchdowns, Kenny. They've either come. There's been nothing what I would consider mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
They've either been a real. I mean, your Sun Devils 40-yard down the seam type thing.
Too.
Exactly right. Or your Ben Chariot style there. Or we're only 10 yards out or 5 yards out, and we're slants and speed outs.
Exactly right. We haven't exactly seen any sort of 30-yard post, although I'll give it Liam Brown. That's been his specialist over the last 2 games, whether it be a deep slant or some sort of post.
But yes, I absolutely agree, Kenny. A lot of coaches taking a lot more risk, as we say, because, as we say, 3 things can happen when you pass. 2 of them are bad.
And
That's a great kick to the goal line.
There it is, and returning now. I think this could be Mikulev. Can't see the flowing
I
hair.
think that
though.
might be Thomas Jeeves, just with the
You are
helmet.
correct. Should have known from the lack of locks.
That's a fantastic kickoff by Ben Chariot. Thomas Jeeves there. Just with a great kick like that, a lot of height, a lot of distance. It's really going to be difficult unless you've got a specific return set up. And let's not forget, these All-Stars, they flew in to camp on Saturday and had their first practice. Was it Sunday morning?
Yeah, I think it was it was Sunday morning. Indeed, it was. They played last that day, and they had one just after breakfast.
It is quarter time, but yeah, All Stars coming from far north Queensland, so Cairns and Townsville, Tasmania, and the Australian Capital Territory, and really, as I said, only had their first practice together. Probably late Saturday night, early Sunday morning.
I think they had to get to know you. Get to know you, Sesh.
Hi, I'm your quarterback.
Hi, how you doing? And then they had their first scrimmage Saturday morning. But yes, that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Moving into the second now, as you see both teams changing ends, meandering their way down. Maybe they took the hint. Now they're jogging. Look at the power I have.
I tell you what, I think it's 25 degrees today, Kenny. It's been 23 the last couple of games for the tournament, so a little bit hot. I think the All-Stars will appreciate playing in the morning and getting out by the time the lunchtime sun hits.
Now that middle game could be pretty rough. Of course, that'll be the Raiders taking on South Australia.
I think that's going to be, other than Queensland and Victoria, I think that this the middle game for us today, the WA South Australia game, is going to be absolute key for both teams.
Wilkins, we have a false start, left side of the line. Jimmy Thompson will soon get the referee calls. And guess what, guys? We can hear the referees now too. If our man will turn on his mic. Hint, hint.
Okay.
All right, no call.
We'll get there eventually, ladies and gentlemen. Might be next week, but we'll get there eventually. And full start there on the All-Stars. First and 15.
Wilkins on first down, gives it to Lacey. Lacey powering forward. That's more of the Lacey we've seen so far.
Who was that there?
And that'll bring it back to
63 Jake Parfitt there just did the rolling maul. I mean, Lacey was in there, and 63 Jake's just gone, I'm going to help you push you along.
aiding the run is not even a penalty anymore.
No, I love it. I love assisting the run. It's great.
I'll be intrigued. From what I understand now Red's only enforced if it's a pulling motion.
Correct. We're going back to the old flying V, flying wing 1800s where you can do the rolling maul.
7-0. Into the second. All Stars in possession. And looks like there has been a stop of play. A flag being picked up.
Delay game on the offense. Number 20. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Okay. It took too long. You think you'd have the play call.
Second down on my whistle.
Yeah, but let's remember that Chris is an inexperienced quarterback. They've obviously got him in the game to get some time in. Here we go.
Thompson scored a touchdown in game 1. We'll get some yards here on a 2nd and long.
I like that play. Just get Thompson to the outside. He is the quickest man. But yeah, I think they're just getting Chris. I mean, we're waiting for James, the quarterback, to come in, but Chris is doing a good job here, other than the no-look pass. That's a good job there
Robinson.
from Andrew Robinson there. Read that block. Obviously, the middle flow was really good for New South Wales. Linebackers coming across, scraping, as we say. Really nice job. But Robinson with the good heads-up read that his blocker was taking his man to the outside, put his foot in the grass, and come back in the middle.
Well, they've got a big task here. 3rd and 13. Wilkins launching one to the right-hand side, aiming for Flinders Cameron. It's incomplete, and that'll be 4th down, and on comes the All-Stars punting unit.
Nothing wrong with that. They're having a crack. Look, I mean, again, almost a rookie quarterback. Got the pass. He's just got to lead him, lead the player. The spiral. Look, the speed was there, the height was there. He's just got to lead Flinders a little bit more. Obviously, because the defensive back is trailing, there's a better chance of an interception there. So put it out in front. 4th down.
Flinders Cameron back to punt. This one is high, not terribly long, stays in the field of play. Can be returned, and it won't be. Good footy from all around. I'm so glad to see we're day 3 into the tournament. Haven't seen a punt mistake yet.
No, that's all right. We almost did there. Number 17, Connor Aldridge. I'd like to say probably did a stupid thing there. Basically stood over the ball so that All Stars are in their legal right to push him into the ball, which then becomes live. So Connor, please don't ever do that again if you're with me. So what we hear is it's just a kick, stock standard. There's the ball, and you see number 17 standing right there. What I do right now is almost pick up his leg and push him into the ball.
There you go, coaching from the commentary booth. And I'm back to live pictures now.
I know the coach won't be happy. He's like, get away, get away. But
Yeah, the old poison, Peter. Pepper calls. Heppenstall's back. He's got Rujgersberg in the backfield with him. They'll throw to him. He's got some space. He's got some moves, but he meets a formed tackle there by Simonton.
Gee, Will Simonton? Yes, Will Simonton. He's done so well out on the edge. He's a big, rangy guy. Look at him spy it. Breaks down, shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. Does the wrap. Very, very nice.
Coach, we're getting coached up in the commentary booth here. Paul Mercer's come out and let us know that if a player is pushed into the ball in that punt situation, it doesn't count.
Oh, change that rule. Change that rule.
That being said, I've seen it happen many a times in the argument of who pushed who. Or whether someone was
even if
pushed.
this person's standing over the ball, still hit him.
Heppenstall looking to his left, the right-handed of the two quarterbacks, trying to hit a backside slant. Aiming for Dean, who's had a catch this game. Actually, in fact, he's had 2 that will fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kenny, too, that brings up a really good point from Paul Mercer there. Is this whole rule of muff and fumble and things like that. It's really comes down to a lot of interpretation there. So good on the refs for staying on everything, but they do have a lot to deal with these days. An interesting fact brought up this morning is that this tournament is very, very high in penalties and unsportsmanlike conducts from the players. The referees have told me, so hopefully the coaches will calm everything down and get back to playing football.
3-by-1. First time we've seen it today. He's looking for verticals. He's forced and taken down. Big play in the backfield by Will Clode.
Will Clode there, 74 right, all in the middle there, almost no tackle, just outside the guard. Really good hand move, dipped the shoulder. Nice little not a rip move, but just a shoulder dip move there. Come on, you'll see him there on number 50. Nice job there. Chases down. Really good job there. I mean, the game coming into this, Kenny, obviously New South Wales know that they need to get max points for this, don't they, for this game? So they'll be looking for the 35 max points. And the All-Stars are doing a good job here at 7-0.
Yeah, and not only were they like a 35-point spread, it wouldn't hurt them as well to keep the All-Stars as close to scoreless as possible. Of course, points conceded is one of the later tiebreakers, and we could come down to a lot of different things here. Mulvaney with a punt here, and it's a nice controlled punt. He had plenty of time. Can he find the corner?
Oh, close. It's a touchback, but that's the exactly the type of punch you want there. Just maybe out of bounds at the 5, not asking for much. That's actually a really, really good punt other than the touchback. Right idea. Oh, I almost had the backspin too there, Kenny, like your pitching wedge, just with the backspin.
I'm a driver at this point.
Bring up first down and 10 for the All-Stars.
So All-Stars here. Well, speaking realistically, the All-Stars, far from a chance to compete for a natty. But they do have the opportunity to just wreak some havoc on the ladder if they were to come away with a victory.
I was about to say that, they're playing for pride, as they say, but they love doing what they're doing. They love football.
Lacey is met by a whole sea of sky blue. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage on first down. The front four for New South Wales really turning up this morning.
You can see Sam Kenner, number 77. He's not even set yet. He's pointing out who to block. The quarterback's got to wait for everybody to be ready. And you can just see Lacey, who's been the absolute workhorse for the tournament for the All-Stars, just coming up a little bit gingerly there.
Daniel Baker does a great job stuffing the hole here and actually getting his big arms around Lacey and making the play. Now he moves out to defensive end. Look at the versatility of this Wolverines defensive line. You see them shift, change. Some play inside, some play outside. Then the next play, they'll swap it around.
Some good coaching.
Lacey with another carry. Following
there we go.
Kenner, and the would-be tackler eventually sheds Kenner and gets his hands on Lacey.
Gee, that camera angle was fantastic there. You got to see just exactly what the running back sees. There was a nice hole that opened it back up to the right side. It was a great view of seeing what the running back sees. Sam Kenner, sensational job there. Look at that. Number 77 finally brought down by the helmet from a New South Wales player. But basically that's a great example there of an offensive lineman starting with a defensive lineman, shedding the block and then going to the second level of a linebacker. That's a really nice job.
Third and very short. They've brought in two backs. They will give it to the fullback. He trucks forward and there's a tear to my eye. Nothing prettier
That's
than
a first
fullback
down, Kenny.
Converting on third down. On your Jimmy Thompson.
Jimmy Thompson from the Townsville Cyclones. It's almost with those big steps he didn't know what to do with it. Like, I'm in space. What do I do, Coach?
It's the old Madden saying, Coach goes, I need 2 yards. Can you get me it? And he goes, I can get you 2 yards. And he goes, I need 4 yards. Fullback responds with, I'll get you 2 yards.
Solid 2. That's a first down for the All-Stars. Great stuff.
Indeed it is. Trailing by 7, looking to possibly tie this up, maybe even take the lead if they can score a touchdown on this possession.
It's almost an 8-man box for New South Wales. They're just expecting run.
Wilkins, though, he will pass, looking for the man in the flat, falls incomplete. Pass intended, I think, to Sharp there.
It's one of the things with Christopher Wilkins there, the quarterback, just reminding him he's got to step up into the throw. You can't throw running laterally. You've got to find your target and move towards your target as you throw. That's where all your power is going to come from.
6:22. How good is it to get these updated downs and distance of time? Shout out to Paul Mercer doing a great
by
job
Saturday we'll be working. It'll be fantastic. Strong smell of coffee here in the commentary booth.
Can't imagine why. Lacey is the tailback. Thompson leading for him. Lacey will get the carry, and
Flag down.
there is a flag down behind the line of scrimmage on second down. Scott Hood will let us know about it. It was thrown there by the wide-out official Scott Hood, so...
Holding, number 54 on the offense. Be a 10-yard penalty. We're going to replay the down. Still second down.
You heard it there. Angus Ramsey being called for a holdout. Called out there by wide-out referee Scott Hood, or I got to say, I do have a favour or two for. He picked me up from the airport back in the WAGL last year. Took me for a tour around Western Australia.
Lovely. Are we going to the air? Yes, we are.
Wilkins again looking to the flat. Nice broken tackle there by Sharp. Sharp breaks another and finds the sideline. He's out of bounds at the 35.
Really nice job there by Sharp. You have a look. He knows when contact's going to come. And watch him just dip that shoulder. Just dip there. He knows the contact's coming now. Lean down again. Lower centre of gravity. Using the hand. Really nice job. Stays upright when he needs to. Good coverage by 10. Just got to get the head in front.
Ongoing theme of just all these sort of longer, leaner receivers nowadays, which is the way it's going. But show me a nuggety receiver, nuggety slot who's just going to bounce it back in and truck someone. I guess Chariot kind of fits that mold, actually.
He does.
Sharp now, I think, listed lining up at tight end. Wilkins in the pistol. This time throws to the right flat. He finds Jimmy Thompson. Jimmy Thompson tries to break it, falls forward.
Just short there, Kenny.
And they will have fourth down here, but they're in
around 40.
midway.
Almost, yeah, almost.
Chasing their first victory now. They might look to just push forward with a fourth down attempt here.
Nice job there by Chris. One of my type of passes. Puts a wobble on it so the receiver can see it better.
Is that what you tell them?
Yeah, pretty much. If I can't get a spiral, I'll put a wobble on it so you can see it better. Just a flutter.
Oh, fourth down.
They want a good punt here. I mean, because they're only 4 yards away, but I think that's pretty good.
Think they're going to? Are they? Yes, they are.
Well, here we go. Yes,
All
you're right.
Check that. Wilkins is in with a two-back formation. They're going to trust Lacey. Lacey had some space, cut it back in, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
You're right, Kenny. I'm going to agree with you there. I thought he had some space out to the left. Did he not trust himself to get to the outside?
Well, I think maybe he was listening to your coaching, just wanted to get north, mate. And that time he's ignored the space to the outside. That being said,
No, you're right there. Yeah, you're right. Number 10 there. Fairfield Fairtua.
Faliatua.
It was close.
To job and contain. He came out of nowhere. There was space and then it was gone.
That's exactly right. And that's exactly the type of job you want from your number 10 there from New South Wales. Outside contain. Sees it there. Brings it up. Forces it back in the middle to help. It was a great drive by the All-Stars. Chewed up a lot of time on the clock. First down and 10 for New South Wales. 4 minutes to go in this second quarter.
And Rosgersberg is back in at tail. Heppenstall, your quarterback. In motion now. Is that Brown? Yes, it is. A cut block attempt, but Heppenstall's in trouble. Will Cloyd with sack number 2.
And tries to help him out, which is great sportsmanship. Great stuff. Great double team there. Oh, the beautifully timed blitz. Very nicely done there. Ethan Rakura on the time blitz. You can see him come up here. So they went to pick him up and left. Is it...
Will Cloyd.
Will Cloyd, thank you very much. Left Will Cloyd unblocked because they saw the blitz there. That's a great defensive call by the coach. Well drawn up.
Well executed. That puts them on a hole here. Second and over 20. Nope. Bang on 20 apparently. Will Cloyd, you can see him at the 3 technique position here, and we might have a timeout. Can't see any laundry. I think that is a timeout to New South Wales.
We've got a referee standing. Oh.
And we're about to get a call.
Delay game. Offense. Number 11. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Because I saw the referee standing right next to Coach Bose there, and there was no timeout signal. Give you a clue here. It's second and forever. Just rush forward, drop everybody. They've got to get close to the first down sticks, or you can send the blitz again.
They do send a
try and do.
couple. He throws off his back foot, looking for Brown. Incomplete. It's behind Brown. And that'll bring up 3rd and 25.
That's great pressure by the All-Stars there. Just disrupting the pass, making you pass quickly. You've got to try and get that ball in the receiver's hands to get up the field to try and get close. Not get the first down, but get close to the first down. Be interested to see what both teams dial up here, Kenny. Whether the All-Stars blitz or do they drop? And does New South Wales really go for a... We haven't seen Shariat in the mix so far.
Not yet. Man, who scored 2 touchdowns, could have easily been 3. And maybe even 4, got stopped at the 1 on one of his catches.
Looks like the All-Stars have got quite wide splits and have backed off.
Heptonstall. He's still at quarterback. He's got time. Claude's pursuing him, though. He runs away from Claude. Re-gets some of that time back. Throws downfield. Looking for Brown. What a pick!
Oh, my
Are they
goodness
calling
me.
that a
That
catch?
is a pick.
Yes, they. Oh, what a grab!
Oh, Paul Mills, look at the camera work on this. They've got it here from the sideline. This is a magnificent toe tapper. Oh, great camera work. And you can see the coaches on the sideline going crazy.
Well, geez.
This is a great shot.
Ethan Rakura, the linebacker.
Magnificent.
What linebacker make catches like that?
Great pressure there.
The concentration, that's the pick of the tournament so far.
Absolutely. Look, really, they only rushed 4. Legally holding there. That's a great job by the offensive lineman for New South Wales to legally hold.
Well, there we go. Rakura keeps adding to his resume this tournament. Shows that he can cover a little something.
something, as the young people say. Is the jet sweep again?
Robinson on the jet sweep. He gets met. Scores still a 7-0.
Hey, Kenny, that's a really nice job. I'm just going to give a shout out there to Andrew Robinson. If that defensive end goes outside, we've seen a lot of players in this tournament try and take it outside, but Robinson saw that, stuck his foot in the ground and went back up. That was a really good heads-up play, and it's got to be made at speed, so that's a really good mindset there, just to go, he's going outside, I'm going to plant my foot in the ground and come back up the middle.
Yep.
He may have been stuffed, but it was the right decision.
Exactly. Minimising the damage and reminding himself he's not Barry Sanders.
And he's still got one more game to go after this.
And we are getting an update on some news, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Sharp. Now, just hearing that tomorrow's game will be a change of time. It is now set to kick off at 3 p.m. So our Good Friday clash between 5th and 6th has been moved to 3 p.m. So for all the stream viewers and all the folk here at the Sydney Academy of Sports and Recreation, the 5th and 6th seeded game on Good Friday tomorrow will be kicking off at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. It was a 2-minute warning, I think, there.
Indeed it was. 3rd and 9. 2-minute warning. Both teams with full complements of timeouts, but probably favours the All-Stars right now, although if New South Wales can get a big stop here, they'll save themselves some ticks. Wilkins throwing long. He's got Jeeves had it, and the coverage knocks it out. Playing in the hands there is Damon Rowland.
I cannot tell you how proud I am right now of Chris. Watch this. We worked pump fake right there. That's one of the first pump fakes we've seen him do. The pass was great. Jeeves has just got to come up with that catch there, but that little pump fake, I'd love to see quarterbacks do a little bit more of a shoulder pump fake right there. Just held everybody for a second. That was great stuff by quarterback Chris there. Unfortunately, they had enough for a first down. Just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, Rowland tight coverage, ripping the left arm away.
I need to see if that was... I'm not sure who that was on the left tackle there on that last replay. They may have missed the block, but they pancaked somebody who was in midair.
You got to hit somebody. 4th and
4th and going for it.
They will go for it. He throws it off his back foot. It is intercepted. Consider that a punt. And the Wolverines will take over with plenty of time on the clock with 3 timeouts in the pocket. Intercepting there is, as soon as I can get a number between the shadows and the green. Picking it off is our man, Blake. Morgan Monk, the law firm.
BMM.
As Coach
Leah
Wolf.
Deshanky and Deshanky. Blake Morgan Monk, lawyer partners. Specialties in interceptions.
Indeed, indeed. And here, change of quarterback.
Chariot
Michael Ryan.
uncovered, completely uncovered.
Chariot's first catch of the day is a productive one. Gets close to the sideline. Looks like he might have actually gotten over. They'll save them some ticks. Michael Ryan's first pass of the day is a completion.
Really nice job there. The left-handed quarterback, Michael Ryan, in there. Completely uncovered there. That safety playing way too deep. Just take that all day. It's 1st and 10, New South Wales, with 1 minute 33 on the clock to go before half-time. These guys are driving. Coach Bosby looking to get in the end zone here.
Michael Ryan gives the street a no. He keeps it himself. A quarterback option, but the backside's good, but so is his agility and break tackle. And he gets some harder yards there.
Jake Parfit, my man there, just coming in, making sure he stuffs the quarterback there. He stand-up dance too long in the middle. I said that's what we're talking about, Kenny, the other day, was the difference between 9-man football and 11-man football. That middle is going to close up real quick, whereas 9-man football, you have some more space, there's less players, but you can't dance around that middle.
A few ticks over there. Surely there must be a timeout there from one of the teams.
It's another beautiful day here in Narrabeen Institute of Sport. Just a light breeze, nothing too big. 25 degrees today. Ground holding up okay. I think it's doing better today and Tuesday than it was on Sunday. There was a lot of turf flying around.
Yeah, it is, but they also haven't shaved it down, so as you said, the pitch reports are still pretty heavy underfoot.
I think it'd slow my 40 time down, Kenny.
Oh yeah, so you'll be running what?
I'd be using
only
a,
a 4.5?
sundial. Using a sundial.
Mate, even a sundial can show a 4.4, mate.
For 4 minutes.
All right. As it past the Mulvaney here gets collected on the right side, outside the numbers, and I will update you now. We've had further announcements made. So it looks like, obviously, in addition to the 3 p.m. time change for the Good Friday game, the 3rd versus 4th playoff now has been moved forward. Instead of 10 a.m., it will now be kicking off at 9:30. However, the National Championship will remain at 12:45. What that means, it'll just give us a bit more time ahead of the National Championship.
I completely forgot it was Easter this weekend, Kenny. I just know it's football.
It's football Easter.
It's just who's playing who. So just to recap tomorrow's game, Kenny.
3 p.m.
And the first game has been moved on Saturday
9:30.
to 9:30.
So,
And just a word for the listeners at home and in the grandstands, if you hear us commentators being silent for a little bit, that means we're actually getting information in our ear. So we
don't pull back the curtain, mate. Don't pull back the curtain. We're just crazy. Just let them leave that.
No. Why aren't they talking?
35 seconds.
They talk a lot.
35 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts used by the Wolverines in an endeavour to score before the half. Of course, as we aforementioned, it is in their best interest to try and create that the maximum 35-point margin they can.
Good to see Ned Kelly on the sideline coaching. He's come back well.
He can hear you this time.
Mitch there, our Australian outback physiotherapist from Mexico, in the foreground there.
On the screen for those in the grounds who are wondering who I'm talking about.
Coach Kyle with the beard, I don't call him Ned Kelly, but a player from ACT with the Canberra Firebirds and now living up in Townsville, the Townsville Cyclones.
Yeah, doing big things up there with Gridiron, North Queensland.
I'm thinking, Kenny, that the way that the Gridiron Far North Queensland, or FNQ, I think they almost might have to have their own league. If another team comes in, there could be a sort of a split, I reckon, between southeast Queensland and far north Queensland.
More or less, that's unofficially that's already the way it's rolling.
I'm talking officially.
Yeah, I think officially, but they're doing really well, and would love to see some sort of interconference situation happen.
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
Even if it's just for exhibition's sake, it's just a good way to continue to.
Everybody meet at Bundaberg, if you know what I mean.
Oh, may it flow in glory. Here goes Ryan. Ryan with Claude pursuing again. Whoa, off the hands of Chariot. Incomplete. 25 seconds remaining. Will Claude once again racking up a QB pressure.
Really nice job there, yeah. Sam Kenner on the outside here, just making sure. Look at that. Good pressure there. 74, as I said, Will Claude. He's done really well today. Sam Kenner on the outside, make sure there's no outside run.
And I want to use this opportunity to talk about it. There's been a significant difference between quarterbacks in this tournament and compared to previous tournaments of quarterbacks' abilities to keep their eyes downfield. We have more quarterbacks wanting to make the throw, not immediately turning into an athlete once they sense pressure.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, just quickly, Ryan Worsley on the outside container. Absolutely, Kenny. I mean, they're looking to hold on more. I think we've moved. It's been really good coaching. In the noughties, in the 2000s, we had a lot of QBs go, no, don't like it, I'm going to run. And these guys now are getting trained up to look downfield.
I'll talk more about that in a second. Chariot's got one-on-one if they want it, but they'll go to the middle to Brown. Brown, he loves that area of the field, and it turns into another 6 points. That is Brown's 4th touchdown of the 2019 AGL.
Very, very nice Liam Brown there. Just lets it rip. Gets back, steps up. Something happened on the coverage there. There wasn't here. This might be a bit of a better chance to see what happens here. There we go. So the post was what happened. Miscommunication in the backfield for the All-Stars. You could see one of the safeties signalling down here who's got who, and nobody took him.
Just getting over the top behind the zones. Chariot continues to rack that percentage up with another successful PAT, but whilst that is Brown's 4th, that is Michael Ryan's 5th passing touchdown of the 2019 AGL. 3 in the last game, 1 in the first.
And a really nice job by New South Wales there. Let's not think, it was only, I think, a minute 43 to go when All Stars punted the ball. Really nice drive from New South Wales. It makes me wonder why they haven't been doing that all game, because they know how many points they have to get. But still sticking to the game plan.
And you can see some of the injuries starting to rack up. There's another example. You start to see if Rakura there is right knee. You notice that the tape starts to, diminish a bit more towards the back end of the tournament.
Absolutely, but watch it all be nice and fresh for the game day final on Friday and Saturday. I'll get it all done. But gee, wasn't that a great interception by Rakura there on the tippy toe sideline?
Haven't had a chance to walk through the players' accommodation too much, but I'm sure it's starting to smell of Denkerub.
And Lynx Africa. And Lynx Africa.
Oh, a short kickoff here. And that will be taken down, and flying over the top is Connor Aldridge on that tackle.
Heads up play there.
12 seconds here. They are in decent field position. They could consider, obviously it's a tack squib there from New South Wales to prevent any sort of craziness on the return. 12 seconds, but they are in a sniff of a Hail Mary attempt here.
Oh, absolutely. We've just got to find out which quarterback's going to finish out the half.
See if Mick.
There we go. James is on the sideline right there. No gang signs, number 11. No gang signs. We see you.
We actually saw that gang they created the other day. I think it was the food gang.
The food gang. But, James is a third-year uni law degree student, so he's definitely not from the streets. Does need a haircut, though.
Try to tell him that. And staying on the field is... we're seeing a flag, probably another delay game. Who needs microphones anyway? And in any case, it's against the All-Stars. And the official calls too many players on the field.
Illegal participation on the All-Stars there with 12 on the field, that's right. I thought he was pointing to me going, my fault.
My bad. And
just one of those little...
Timeout to the All-Stars here as well, Coach.
Just one of those little little mistakes there with 13 seconds left.
And getting a correction on the call there, illegal substitution,
Okay.
which means that someone's probably left the field in the wrong way, or
Still the rules of, you'll see the hash marks on the field there at home, and basically you've got to come into that and then be substituted, I think within 3 seconds or something like that.
something along the lines. Yeah, the most common time you see it is when teams are backed up towards their own end zone and you see a player leave the field via the end zones rather than the sidelines.
Mhm.
A couple of our officials there having a laugh.
It's been great having the officials in camp because you actually get to see them as real people,
Yeah,
not
believe
just
it or
people
not.
you don't like on the field.
Yeah, some of these players end up having a chat with them, thinking
Yeah,
they're just
they're
some
human.
guy,
I
and
didn't
then they're
realise
like,
they were human, and they have lives. I thought they just magically appeared on game day.
And we're getting the knee symbol here, so it looks like the All-Stars will just knee this out. That being said, not suggesting that they will, but I have seen some teams say they'll take the knee.
Well, I'd like to
run
actually,
it out.
while we've got an official in the booth, Kenny, I'd really like to get an official. Is that an unsportsmanlike
Should be.
conduct penalty
Should be.
of intent? Because you're saying you take the knee, which they do.
No need for any penalties here, but
No need.
that will take us to the half, and it's been an entertaining first half. We've seen some fantastic interceptions, we've seen some long touchdowns, we've seen some great defensive plays. Nevertheless, the Wolverines, they lead here 14 points to nil over the All-Stars here on Game 1, Day 3 in the 2019 AGL. Kenny Andres in the booth, joined by John Hollywood Rowe. We're going to take a break for halftime. We'll see you again in 12 minutes. Alright, welcome back. As I've just lost vision on my monitor here, Paul. But welcome back to the 2019 AGL half number 2 for game number 1 here on the day 3 of the tournament. The final day of seedings where the New South Wales Wolverines, they took a half-time lead of 14 points to 0 over the All-Stars. And the Wolverines still fighting for a chance to compete for a national title. And the All-Stars fighting for their first win and to put themselves into contention for competing for 4th spot. Kickoff about to get underway. And the All-Stars, who received in the first half, kick off to New South Wales. Lose picture again.
Oh.
And that's Streeter. Streeter returns, but it's a nice tackle there. And New South Wales will take over around the 23-yard line.
Nope. Sorry everyone for the banging. We're just trying to adjust our monitor. We've lost vision again. We're just moving around some cables. Oh, and we're back again. Got vision again. We're good.
First and 10 into the third quarter. Kenny Andres, John Rowe commentating through the second half, and this is a nice run here from Ryan. Ryan dancing around the entire All-Stars defense and gets himself a first down. Impressive athleticism on display.
James Micallef there, taking number 11, taking him out of bounds finally, seeing some time there at cornerback. Michael Ryan doing a great job on the legs there, finally didn't dance in the middle, he decided to get to the outside, which is a lot of space is.
But going down some of those quarterbacks we talked about in the noughties who were more than happy just tuck it and run. You think about former Wolverines quarterback Gene Prill back in 2009, one of the best athletes.
Great athlete,
at the
Gene
quarterback
Prill.
position we've probably ever seen. Lockie McIntyre from Queensland years before that.
Oh, and congratulations to Gene Prill. He's going to be a father soon.
Oh, there you go. And Michael Ryan under pressure. Pump fakes, gets rid of a defender. Samuel Kenner's pursuing him. Now there's another outback defender, and he takes him down. Taking him down is Enzo Balducci.
That's a great job by Enzo there, because I just saw him getting strapped up in the change room, as in he's probably got a bit of a leg issue, but that's great hustle there. Really heads up play too by Sam Kenner at the end there. You don't need to dive on him when they're on the ground, the play's dead. Just a nice little job of just a tap on the helmet saying good job, but making sure he's down also. A little bit of a threat here from Michael Ryan. The All-Stars are going to have to do a really good job of, if they can contain, which is the receivers are covered, they're going to have somebody on Ryan to stop him running.
2nd and 17. To tell you what, pass rush has not been a problem for the All-Stars in this game so far.
Looks like they're still just going with 5, 6 in the box here.
Claude with 2 sacks. He's lined up over the guard.
2nd down and long.
Ryan, deep drop, looking to his right, throwing that direction and finding his man in Lucas Jeff, and that'll get him back closer to the original line of scrimmage. It looks like it'll be 3rd and 11 after the completion of that catch.
That's a really nice job there by Lucas Jeff on the comeback route. So going past the stick, slamming on the brakes, the Top Gun move, and then basically coming back to that first stick marker. That's a nice job.
Still 3rd and long, however, double sticks. You can see on your screen now both the lollipops need to be crossed in order for them to convert. 3rd and 11. Jeff waiting for the ball. He'll get it.
Middle pressure from the All-Stars.
He'll throw over the middle. Pass intended for number 15. Or maybe that's actually 17 in Connor Aldridge. Pass incomplete, and that's actually 19 after all that. Connor Moore.
Pick a number, Kenny. It's bingo.
Legs 11. 4th and 11. So here comes Mulvaney again to try and punt this ball back. And I'll tell you what, the All-Stars defense doing a good job right now. They need some spark from their offense here in the second half.
But you can see the game plan from the Wolverines, Kenny, is basically 3 passes. A run, attempting to pass. I know Ryan ran it, but it was past City. Could that be a nice little tactic from New South Wales, knowing that they're only going to rush 4, and All Stars may run out of gas?
Not a bad idea, particularly when you put the athlete, that is Jeff, in the backfield. That punt went out approximately at the, what looks like the 38.
Good field position for the All Stars. It's interesting, you know, Australia. We should have good punters. We should have good kickoffs.
I will remind Michael Kerr slipping in to the commentary booth. I will also remind him we've got quite a wide-reaching microphone here. 14-0. Here's Wilkins. 3 wide receivers, 2 to his right. It's a bad snap. Can he jump on it? There'll be a fight for it, but I think Wilkins has got it. Yes, he has. But he might have hurt himself.
Yeah, just a little rookie mistake there. Still scanning the defense, you can see. Calls for the snap, and he's too worried about handing off.
Oh, he's up. I thought there might have been an issue with his shoulder.
Yeah, too busy worried about handing off to Lacey. You've got to get the ball first, then hand it to your running back.
Second and double sticks. He gets the handoff well and gets to Lacey. Lacey
Fumble.
has lost the ball. Wolverines are celebrating, and the Wolverines have a first down. First down, Wolverines forcing the fumble there on second down. Wolverines with an opportunity to add to this 14-point lead.
Really nice job there ripping it, but it looked to me, though, that Lacey didn't get it cleanly. He got it a little low and had to juggle it while he's running into the line.
Connor Aldridge with the fumble recovery there.
Nice job. I just got to see probably just the head coach of the All-Stars have a word to the quarterback, Chris Wilkins, and just say, calm down. You had the fumble before, and the handoffs aren't coming correctly to the running back. Just calm down, get it to there. No need to rush. This is a great position for the New South Wales.
Looking for a firm grasp of the game here with a third touchdown. Back in the game is Heptonstall. He'll end off to Rutgersberg. He's tackled there by Rakura, who's having a decent game.
Is it 53 Jackson Nige? Would I pronounce it that way for New South Wales?
For New South Wales, 53 in Gigi.
Ngigi. Well, see, from my language, the G is silent. Okay, we're going to. It's a really nice job there, basically, on the left tackle, just washing that defensive end down, legally holding him to the ground. Really nice job to create the hole there for the running back.
Heptonstall with a deep drop from his pistol. Is he intercepted? Yes, he is. Back-to-back turnovers. Taking that ball away is number 43. No, it can't be, because that would be Gil.
That's Gil Ellicott. He's not playing.
He's not playing, so someone is in his number.
The spirit of Gil Ellicott. Nice interception.
Credit to you, young man. That change of jersey was not passed on to us. Matt Long, send us an assistant to tell us who number 43 is. I love that we can just make commands like that.
It's the power here, Kenny, of having a ground announcing and also commentary. You can see New South Wales wanted to take a long shot there, Kenny, just underthrown. Really nice job there.
Well, they've given another opportunity here to the Stars, albeit they are deep in their own territory. Wilkins is back. This time it's Thompson at the single back position. He'll get a carry.
Here we go.
He breaks a tackle, breaks another. He's got some space, approaching the 20 now, and he'll get stopped at the 16. Cutting his legs out from underneath him is Damon Rowland.
Really nice job of not going down here off the offside. Nice little, great job by the tight end, just pushing out there. Can't be those high arm tackles. Got to get that correct tackling technique.
He's found the ability to do that, to start off square to the line and bounce to the outside. Of course, that's how we got one of the 2-point conversions in game 1.
I think it was number 13 for the All-Stars, Tyrell Sharp there. Really nice job of the kick-out block. I think New South Wales won't be fazed by that interception. They know it's fairly deep in the All-Stars territory.
2nd and 4. Play action pass. Wilkins throwing to, I think that is Sharp, the aforementioned Sharp, incomplete. Bringing up third down now. And I'll short 4 yards.
I think my coach along there just saying it's 2nd down and 3 at the time. They were expecting us to run. Let's go for the pass. And with the option of being better there to go for the run and get it 2 yards and only have a 3rd and 1 rather than a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Third down conversion here for Wilkins. It's Jimmy Thompson staying in the backfield.
It's a 5-down lineman for New South Wales.
Sharp as a tight end. Play action. Sharp will leak out. They'll throw over the middle. This could be intercepted. That it is. It's Rowland. And Rowland's taken down by Sharp. And that's back-to-back turnovers.
Heads up play by Sharp there, making the tackle, and the intercept could come back for 6. Just got to step up there. Would like to see I think that was Jeeves there, the intended receiver. Yeah, just a miscommunication there, or the throw not being hard enough. Jeeves running a corner out, and the receiver, the quarterback Chris, throwing more into the middle of the field. So a bit of a miscommunication. Puts the Wolverines in great position.
Inside the red zone, in fact. Chariot in the left slot. 2 touchdowns last game. Plenty of space to the corner if he wants it. Heppenstall's looking for him. Throws over the top of him and looking for Brown in that middle of the end zone, which he's made his own, but it goes off his hands, incomplete.
Great job there by, I think it's Angus Bailey. The corner with him, just trying to come underneath it. Using the tall receiver.
Well, he's getting behind the coverage.
Yeah, good play call. Right idea. You can see with that concept there, you can see Ben Chariot sat down and did a sit route, hoping to pull the safety down so there was space over the top to throw over the top. The safety stayed there, throwing in a double coverage. 7:21 left in this third.
Edwards looking to snap. And that is Brown called in motion. Went in motion once in the first half. This will be a handoff. Another Wabau. Taken down around the waist. Good tackle there by number 7, Will Simonton.
Really nice job of the Wolverines left side of the line. That's a great job of just turnstile blocking there, just letting them go where they want to go and taking them in that direction. You see the great running lane for the New South Wales running back. That's a really nice job of that left side of the offensive line for New South Wales.
Simonton, he's pretty versatile, Mr. Simonton.
He certainly
played
is.
on the outside last game. Now they've moved him to play a little more closer to the box. Looks like he's covering some slots. Here he is matched up with Chariot. Tough ask. Drop back Heppenstall, surveying the field. He's pressured by Clode. Clode's in for the 3rd time today. Flags down.
Gee, Clode's having a great game there at the defensive tackle position. Oh, a really nice job of staying low. And that's that almost bear crawl drill that he'd been practicing. It's a really nice job. You can see on the right side of the screen here. Gets pushed down. Comes around the end. Really nice job.
And look who he's taken on. That is no slouch.
Yeah. Holding, number 53 on the offense. Penalty's going to be declined. 4th down.
There on the field. Of course, that's declined given the sack was a result of the play. But he's taken on Jacob Shield there, an outback lineman. So impressive stuff by Claude.
This is a good spot here for New South Wales. They either kick the field goal or they're going to go for it because they're only short here. So it looks like they are going to go for it. I think this is a good call.
4th and 11
about
yards.
11.
They'll need 11 to convert. Heppenstall with Nullawabau with him in the backfield. Chariot is on his left, and it's Mulvaney joining him.
Blitz up the
After
middle.
motion, Blitz is picked up well, but the pass is overthrown, intended to Dean. Incomplete. That's another turnover and downs. The All-Stars, they keep inviting him to their end zone, but keep turning him away at the door.
Is that the fullback number 3, Ethan Nailibal, in the backfield there? If it was, that was a great job of bringing down that middle linebacker blitzing. That's a great heads-up play there to protect your quarterback. Pass just over the top. 1st down and 10, 6:29.
Going to get another look at this pass protection here.
Here we go. Great. Watch the fullback in the backfield here at home. This is great stuff. He's going to pick up that middle linebacker. timing it brilliantly, steps up, and there we go. Really nice job. But I tell you what, really nice job there. If that's was that Rakura?
Rakura, bad snap. We'll get back to that thought in a second. Thompson covers up, and they'll take the loss for second down. Sorry, you were saying about
I was just saying, Kenny, what I liked about Rakura there is, yes, he got chopped, but he rolled and got back up again, which was a great. That's the effort you want from your players.
Very, very short huddle there. Looks like they might be going back to the same play. 2nd and 17. Give to Thompson. Thompson on an inside run. Has nowhere to go. Taken down and behind the line of scrimmage, one of those guys is Luca Brundu.
From the famous Brundu family. The Bondi.
He's from the Raiders.
I'll tell you what, Kenny, if I was Coach Long, I'm just saying, we had a sort of a semi-quick no-huddle there. I'd be looking to burn this clock, run this clock down using the full time that we were allowed before we had to get the snap off. Basically, it means you're burning the clock down, not letting the ball get back into New South Wales' hands very quickly, because, you know, New South Wales do have a target point to reach. And just by going quicker, you're going to let them get the ball back quicker.
Daniel Baker was the other man in on the play there. Wilkins is back with Thompson. He rolls away from Thompson. He'll throw long down the field, looking for Jeeves. Incomplete, and that'll be 4th and 18. And this All-Stars defense will have another task at hand, trying to repel the Wolverines.
New South Wales only rushing 5 there, Kenny. Great sort of pocket presence to move outside by quarterback Chris there, and he does have an arm on him when he wants to throw. Just couldn't connect there, just showing that pass was a little bit long. But that's probably one of the longest passes we've seen so far of the tournament. So he does have the arm for it. But yeah, I'd definitely be going for trying to run this clock down and keeping the short passes completion so that clock keeps running.
Of course, it depends on who the All-Stars want to be playing spoiler for, of course. This will be a punt. Flinders Cameron. It hits the turf, bounces at the 40. Be picked up, and is recovered. Simonton has recovered the ball for the All-Stars.
You will never get a better Christmas present. Will Simonton. That is just brilliant.
It's no Christmas no more, but the Wolverines have handed it back to the All-Stars there. It was an awkward bounce, and the returner trying to pick it up on the run has given it back to the All-Stars. The All-Stars have somehow continued to stay in contention of this game despite the turnovers.
When we get the replay for that later on, you'll never see a more gift just being shoveled to the opposition.
We'll see if we can get the back end of it here. The punt by Flinders Cameron. This will be a pretty close view of it. It's Rowland who
just shoveled him. Just brilliant. Good stuff there.
Simonton's
good hustle. Good
almost
chase.
Surprised. Back to live action. It's a long ball here for the All-Stars, and it's another turnover. We're playing ping pong. So I think there might have been dual possession, but I'm pretty sure it has been called in favour of the Wolverines.
Couple of different mindsets there, Kenny. I mean, they've got the momentum back, and yes, you want to go down. The quarterback has got to step up into the pocket and throw. We've seen he's got the arm, but you cannot throw off your back foot. Referee's having a talk about it.
Incomplete. They've called that pass incomplete. The All-Stars, they keep the ball here on 2nd down. I thought that was a catch here. Of course, they were closer to the ball than we were. We're going to get another look at it here for those watching at home.
And Kenny, you're talking about whether it was complete or incomplete. I'm talking about the call. I do not like the call whatsoever. You've just got the ball back momentum. We're talking about having that drive down the field, use the clock. There's 4 minutes to go in the third. And what? You're going to throw a long pass that has been unsuccessful all game, and it gets picked.
Failure Tua and Rowland fighting for that one have pretty much denied both each other a return. What a cutback there from Thompson. Spins out of a tackle and is tackled there by Rowland. Nice run.
That's a great run, Kenny, and that's what I want to see more of the All-Stars doing, just to burn that clock down and get that first down and get into the end zone. Really nice job of cutbacking there. Got to teach the young man to get a little bit low when he cuts. Other than that, great job. Really nice job of the offensive line of the All-Stars here. You see kicking him out. Double team. Gee, Tyrell Sharp on the end there at tight end, legally holding, of course. Really nice job.
Damon Rowland racking up the stat sheet right now, whether he's batting down passes or making tackles. He's all amongst it. Chasing down 14 points, the All-Stars. Throwing to their right this time. Again into
Kenny,
coverage.
stop a look at the screen. Look at the top two receivers. Look at the tight end and the left wide receiver. They are screaming down the field. Chris will want this one back again. Again, if it goes with half of pump fake, because New South Wales know that they're going to throw short out to here. Watch the tight end, watch the receiver over the top here. You're going to see a really nice tight end release, untouched, with just one high safety. If you pump there, he's starting to get over the top. There's wide open. The tight end is wide open in the middle of the field.
This brings up 4th down. Wolverines aiming to shut this drive down. This is the deepest the All-Stars have been all game. They'll hand it off to Lacey. Lacey's back in the game, looking for 2 yards. They'll push him back, but how far did he get? It's looking like it's short.
That's a shame because he was looking good.
And I'm seeing a signal for Wolverines' ball. Wolverines have denied them. Wolverines' offense will get back on the field.
I know, Kenny, I'm trying to be positive about it, but that call on 3rd down of going for the pass, you're that close. Get the yards, and it makes it a lot easier for Lacey to get that 1st down.
You know, it's disappointing. I thought we might have got our first measure of the tournament there. Make the chain gang do some work.
Come on. The chain gang have been doing nothing all day.
We've seen some pretty overqualified chain gangs this
have.
tournament, haven't we? 1st down, Wolverines. Looks like it was eventually marked about half yard short. So Wolverines now. It's still Ryan. Mulvaney in the left slot. He's been doing a lot of motion work. He's on the line though, unlikely to motion. Instead it'll be Brown. Brown going behind now. He'll be part of an option game. Jeff pitching to Brown. Brown picks it up behind him. They do a good job. It results in about 3, maybe 4 yards.
One of my favourite plays of all time, Kenny. Inside left, speed right. So
and just getting a call here. Could we actually get one of the medics down to the commentary booth? We've got someone, a non-player in desperate need of medical attention. I'll repeat that. If any of the medics could make their way to the operation tent. We have one of the staff here in need of medical attention. Thank you. 2nd down. 6 yards to go. Mulvaney in motion. Ryan under pressure, using his athleticism to roll that to the right-hand side. He throws it incomplete, lives to throw another day. That'll bring up 3rd down, however.
I think we've got Dr. Alia coming over towards the car, which is great. This is one of the hard ones here for the left-handed quarterback, rolling right. .329 left in the 3rd. This quarter has actually gone a little slow compared to the first 2 because a lot of the passing and incompletions.
And a lot of turnovers. 3rd and 6. Trips left. Running back out that direction as well. They'll throw the screen to Brown. Brown looking for blocks. Will try to truck his way forward. He's got the 1st down. Fresh set of downs for the Wolverines.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's a great throw. I mean, literally, a gridiron field is, I think, like 53.5 yards wide. So that throw there is almost a 40-yard throw out to the receiver. So it's a really nice strong-arm quarterback. A lot of time there to get the block set up. But that's a great throw by the quarterback.
So 1st down.
Any cough, cold symptoms or loose stool?
Wolverines with the lead. Just crossed halfway. Ryan looking for Mulvaney, but he's decked as he's caught it. Incomplete pass. I think that's Angus Bailey making a play.
Hit of the tournament so far for me, Kenny. That's great. Let's just double check. It looked perfectly legal to me. They've both gone for the ball.
Pop,
down
pop.
the seam.
He's not a big man, Angus Bailey, but he throws what weight he has
He
around.
got up there.
Have you had breakfast this morning and stuff? Or did you skip
Going to get a slow-mo here.
Oh, just take it easy. Just hydrate, lay in the shade.
Got up there. Really nice job disrupting that ball.
If you need, and just come walk over and see me in about half an hour, 45 minutes, okay?
This will be the angle I want to see here, Kenny. We get slow-mo on this. He's winding up. Just along the seam, down the hash. Yep, hands are up, ready to go for the ball. Nice push in the chest.
All legal. No leading
That's
with a helmet.
great stuff. Well done.
It's exactly how they coach him up. I bet even the referees will probably use that as a teaching moment. Under pressure is Ryan. He has to throw this away. Was there a receiver? Was he gets a past the line of scrimmage?
It was past the line of scrimmage, but there was a receiver about 20 yards downfield. But that's, again, a good heads-up play. Michael Ryan there, throwing it out of bounds when nothing was there.
It's probably been the strength of this All-Stars team that, at least today, the front four in their pass rush. Will Claude leading the charge with 3 sacks.
Claude's been on fire today. Just that size of his, I think, getting under the bigger lineman. Plus, I think he's got great grip strength, got great hand strength. Seen him at practice, does really well.
4 down linemen, showing blitz is the All-Stars. Brown in motion.
Middle blitz.
Brown wants it. He won't get it. Under pressure is Jeff, and he'll do the smart thing and just take it down on the 3rd down conversion. That'll bring up 4th down. They are just inside the All-Stars half of the field. It'll be interesting to see how they choose to handle this.
Gee, Jackson Nagigi, if he does... Oh, that's great. Jackson Nagigi, great stuff there. Left tackle, nothing to block on the outside, turns his head back into the middle, see that there's going to be a looping rusher coming to the quarterback, goes and picks him up. That's a heads-up play, Jackson. Well done.
And a timeout here to New South Wales. That usually suggests they're going to go for it.
And so they should. As I said, they've got an agenda, which is get some points on the board. They have to get... I think, did we say 35, Kenny?
It would be the best scenario for them.
Best scenario for New South Wales is to get 35 points. It's 14-0 now, with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in this third.
Just to remind everyone, it has, I think, seemingly decided that if it comes to a 3-way tie for 2nd place, it'll be coming to for and against.
So obviously that's why the New South Wales want to get as many points as they can.
And you're seeing the ladder on screen now, I'm being told, but you can see there, if New South Wales wins, they need to try and give themselves a best position to catch Victoria on for and against. Or Queensland, it depends obviously who wins this final game, but Queensland come in with a commanding lead on for and against.
I've got a good one for you, Kenny. I really don't think... I've got a theory, because I won't be commentating for the last game, but I've got a theory for the last game, is Victoria will be looking to do as hard as they can this afternoon to play well on Sunday. I don't think they'll worry about winning or losing this afternoon. I mean, they want to win, but I think they'll want to play the most physical game they can to give themselves a better chance if they make it through on Saturday.
Spread formation, we'll talk more about that in a second. Shallow cross, but they're going to the outside. Looking for the outside man, and Lucas Jeff, but that falls incomplete. The pass to the sideline. Turnover on downs.
You can see Michael Ryan, they're just giving the receiver a chance. Get a nice loop, high pass. You can see just get to the sticks, break out. Not hard, not difficult, just waits the time. You can see he's got his eyes locked the whole way on that receiver. Wasn't thinking about passing to anybody else. Wanted to get the 1st down. And just coming up short.
So, the score remains unchanged from halftime. We have 2 minutes left approximately in the 3rd quarter, and both these teams have just been trading punts and turnovers. Worst swap meet ever. Wilkins, Lacey. Lacey's found some space. That's his longest run of the day.
Oh, hello.
8 yards, maybe 9.
Nice work, putting their head down and going. I thought he was going to take it to the outside at about the 5-yard line, but he said no. The dozer plants his foot in the ground. Probably just want to see him getting a little bit lower, technique-wise, just so he can match the linebackers. Gee, the All-Stars have impressed me today, just with their line blocking up front. They're starting to pick up the people they need to. New South Wales with a 5-man line.
2nd and short, the carry is to Lacey. Lacey gets it just past the line of scrimmage, and I'm talking inches here. And you compliment the line there. Obviously, this line's been thrown together on the first day of practice, and they say line needs time to gel, probably more than any other position. You're suddenly starting to see the fruits of their weeks of, well, their short, less than a week of practice.
Absolutely. Communication's the key there. But it's pretty hard when New South Wales are going with 5 down linemen and probably a blitzing linebacker just to seal up those gaps. It looks like they're going with a... Yep, you can see 5 down linemen again.
Daniel Baker flanking the left side. Play action pass. Wilkins with a short throw there to Sharp. Incomplete. Every time, almost probably all but one time they've thrown to Sharp there, he's had someone within 2 yards of him.
Absolutely. And I think that pass is now well scouted now by New South Wales. So I won't say throw it away, but you need to come up with something a little bit different.
4th and 2. Let's see if they can come up with something a little different here on this 4th down do or die situation. 34 seconds remaining in the third. Sun's only getting hotter here at Narrabeen. Lacey deep in the backfield. In the pistol. Wilkins, he'll give to Lacey. Lacey trying to find the outside. He won't get enough, I don't think. You can see the first down marker is on that solid line. That's another turnover and downs. The Wolverines defense stepping up here in the third.
Having a crack, going for it. Just short.
Damon Rowland again. Having a whale of a game. Getting official time correction there. 21 seconds remaining in the quarter. More of the All-Stars sideline. Samuel Kenner, he's sucking in the big ones. The double duty all day.
He's doing a good job. That's why you pay your money. Come play football.
Ryan doesn't know what's behind
that's a
him.
free ball.
Fumble. It's picked up there, and the Stars, the All-Stars, their defense keeping their team in the game.
Is that Enzo Bataducci there off the end?
I think it might be.
Really nice, Jess. It is Enzo. That's Blair Ward coming up with the ball. It is. I recognise the outback helmet. Really nice job of helmet on the throwing arm there. Causing the fumble. Perfectly legal. All good. And recovery by the All-Stars.
The Wolverines' defense has been good so far. How long can they hold out the Stars' offense, which is being buoyed by their defense right now?
I think Coach Nathan Long's got to come up with a couple of different plays now. They can't hit that tight end speed out. The seam we saw was open, which it is now.
And the pass is incomplete, intended for Cameron, open man downfield.
Andrew Robinson, I think, on the wide side is screaming for it because he's going to get open, I think. On the seam, yeah, it's a great head move there. The left seam, they'll be watching the game film again going, we should have hit that one.
All part of the learning experience. 2nd and 10. Ball approximately on the Wolverines' 26.
Eight seconds, 2nd and 10.
Cameron, your near side wide receiver. Robinson inside him. They're rolling to his side, and he's just going to eat their sack. Taking down hard is Wilkins. Coming up with a big sack there is Zach McCary.
I'm not sure what was supposed to happen here, Kenny, because the quarterback Chris is looking to pass, but Sam Kenner was 25 yards downfield. So if he had thrown the ball, it would have been an ineligible lineman downfield. It looked like it might have been a mix-up in the backfield there. But you've got offensive linemen all downfield, so that wasn't going to be a pass.
Yeah, Sam Kenner went hauling downfield.
Unless it was going to be some sort of pass in the backfield. But that is quarter time.
Yeah, well, you see even Flinders Cameron's blocking.
Yes, everybody's blocking.
I don't know if there was a miscommunication with their handoff or it was supposed to be a design QB keeper, but that play takes us to the end of the third. 12 minutes remaining in this game. New South Wales in the lead, which is part A of their agenda this morning. The other half is to maximize their point spread to give them the best shot to be fighting for a national championship come Saturday.
Also want to give a shout out to everybody who's watching at home on the live stream or at work. They're not getting caught. Well done. Thanks everyone for tuning in and letting us know that you are on Messenger and SMS. Shout out to Mad Mark Madison up in Queensland there. He's obviously taken some time out of the gym again to watch the live stream. Great stuff. Oh, Kenny, you're doing some fancy stuff, checking the comments on the live stream.
And Canon Tompkins, quarterback from the Stingray, is wondering the score. It's almost like there might be a scoreboard on top of the screen for him there.
Call me crazy.
And we're serious, and fans tune in from Washington, D.C.
Oh, we've got some USA visitors.
And it's a short pass out here to Lacey. Lacey still choosing to fight here on 3rd and long.
Quarterback Christopher Wilkins will be getting his 10,000 steps up to make sure on his Fitbit, running to the sideline all the time to get the plays.
Jason,
some quarterbacks using the wristbands to get the signals in from the coach so they don't have to run so far.
I'll tell you what, if I was a quarterback, I'd definitely be using the wristband.
But as I said, these All-Stars only came together on Sunday, so not used to the coach and signals and things like that, so they just come over and get the play, make sure it happens.
Canon Tompkins responding to me calling him out. 14-0. It's just a score check for anyone who might just be tuning in. 4th down and 13. All-Stars in dire need for a big play. They launch it long, looking for one. It doesn't have enough pepper. The pass was intended to Jeeves. That's another turnover on downs. And they provide New South Wales with an opportunity to try to extend this lead well out of reach.
Kenny, back in the day we had a thing called a record player, and if you repeated something over and over again, it sounded like a broken record. The second Christopher can step up on the front foot and throw that football, he's going to be fine. That pass again thrown clearly off the back foot. It doesn't have any power. That QB for All-Stars has to step up off the front foot and throw it. They had a man open. He's got the arm to get it there. He's just got to have the right mechanics.
How much does some of those early deep picks play into their psyche right now?
Well, it depends how he's going to look at it. The deep pick was there because, again, he threw off the back foot. Get off the front foot and throw it hard. 14-0
Wolverines. They've been shut out themselves. This was the halftime score, 14-0. Jeff still the quarterback. He's being Balducci'd. And the pass intended for Mulvaney. It's too high for the young man. That's incomplete. 2nd and 10. The Stars defense continuing to do their best.
I like this from the Coach Long here. Just let Enzo Balducci, number 24, free. He'll get in there and mess everything up. Because you can see now New South Wales, the last several passes now, they're trying to get 15 yards and beyond. There's none of this short stuff. They reckon they can take a shot and get downfield.
Seeing a lot of people tuning in now.
So we give them shout-outs?
I'm trying. As we go to the speed option now. They're bringing Streeter back in the game. Streeter dances, can't find any space though. Fantastic form tackle out in the flat.
Great call. I like the speed option call.
Simonton again.
But again, the rangy guy keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. That is a great tackle. Will Simonton there just making sure nothing happens off the corner.
Top of the 3rd.
James Micallef down there, number 11, the cornerback.
Left-handed quarterback, and Ryan rolls that way, throws that way, incompletes that
Referee
way.
looking for the flag.
Looking for the flag, and they get it.
I think there might be holding and pass interference, Kenny. Let's have a look.
And
it's quite funny watching a referee try and find it. Where did I put my flag?
Well, do they have a case here for OPI? Because Brown's actually behind the DB here who's competing for the football.
That's a good question there, Kenny. Gee, good eyes there. Could be offensive pass interference. We'll wait for the referee.
The referee's call coming here from What has scored?
There are 2 penalties on the play. I've got holding, number 53 on the offense. I've got defensive pass interference, number 7 on the defense. Those penalties, those fouls will offset. We're going to replay. 3rd down.
Holding a DPI, so throw out my call for an OPI there, and they're offsetting penalties. So,
Well, it's obviously something we didn't see, Kenny, because you can't get called for pass interference if you're in front of the receiver and facing the same way as the ball.
I'll let you deal with the wrath of the referees there. 14
Oh, I'll talk to
points.
him, Ken. I'll talk to him.
I know you will. 3rd and 10.
4 down linemen. They back away from the blitz, the All-Stars.
It's a deep drop, though. What are they setting up? They're going long. Who's underneath it? It's a bunch of All-Stars, but Brown's got it in triple coverage. Now he's pulling defenders all the way inside the 20. There's the big play the Wolverines have been looking for.
What concentration from Brown there. 3 people around him. It looked like one of the it's almost like 3 blind mice. One of the All-Stars said, no, you get it. Somebody was short in the catch. Somebody was long over the back. But Brown, what a great job.
To 3 defenders. Well, talking about him coming into the tournament, they called him their primary. And you can see why.
You see Ryan just loading up, let it rip.
Might see a timeout here. What have we got? Players stopped.
And one of the defenders there was almost adjusting his helmet before the interception.
Cool. We've got an issue with the chains, I think, maybe.
Didn't go to Mitre 10.
Chains come loose, perhaps.
I did have a problem. I was doing chains the other game, and I did notice that unless you link it correctly around the bottom, it will come undone.
So maybe the case here. Well, we're back underway. Ryan sends us back in motion. Doesn't throw to him. He'll look over the middle again. It's intercepted! This time it's that man again for his 2nd interception, Ethan Rakura.
Nice job there. I want to see if he rolled it. Did he roll into the end zone, or is this going to be hard yards for the All-Stars? It's probably going to come out to about the 2-yard line. But great job by Rakura. He's had a blinder today. What I like about that, Kenny, compared to the previous reception is the defender went up to catch it at the highest point and was in front of the receiver. Nice job, Rakura.
All these DBs and linebackers, including the Rakura, they've been making life hell for the quarterbacks right now between Heppenstall and Ryan, just coming up with these freakish intercepts, but you could say the exact same for the Wolverines DBs. Now, it's just been one big game of force them back.
Exactly right. Look, 5 down linemen again, plus blitzing linebackers. Here they come.
Wolverines with a safety already in this tournament. Have they earned their 2nd?
It will be a safety.
You can dance if you want to.
Everybody look at your hands. It's a safety dance.
I love that you knew where I was going with that. Another safety, the Wolverines. 2nd, recording one in game 1 against Victoria. That will add 2 points, but flags are down, so the 2 points will stay off the screen for now.
Just too much pressure, too much gap pressure for New South Wales. Sorry for the All-Stars there. New South Wales just bringing pretty much everything. You see every gap covers up.
What's the number?
I said 79. Ask Nathan.
What's the number, Nathan? Locked in!
Missed the call because of a change there, and I think it must have been on the defense.
Is it only
no
a
safety?
It's a 5-yard penalty, so it might be offsides for the defense.
Lacey, they get close to it again, though.
Yeah,
Penetrating real quick is Luca Brundu.
Nice job there, Luca, but obviously the All-Stars there just taking a little too much time in the backfield there on a sort of a counter play. Not really something you want to be running down here close to your own goal line when you haven't practiced it that much.
So just to get a final call on that there was a penalty on the Wolverines on the play they scored a safety, thus nullifying that call. The score is still currently 14-0.
Was it offsides, or we don't know?
We haven't got an official communication yet, unfortunately, but offside is the very likely.
Because it was only a 5-yard penalty. So.
Exactly right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rushing on this scenario. Are we going to get it this time? Safety, no flags on this play. Now we can add the 2 points. There it is. Repeating my call, and it's a bobbled snap behind there, so...
Look, I'm going to say that's probably just nerves from the young quarterback. His eyes are on the ball there. He's ready to receive it. He wants to hand it off quick because he knows pressure coming. That's just nervous feet. He'll get used to that over the next couple of years.
Hate to tell Daniel Baker there, but technically the quarterback was down before, so no safety on his stat sheet, but it is a team safety. 16 points to 0, and the All-Stars will kick this ball back to the Wolverines.
Now, a bit of an option here for the people at home as well is the All-Stars can either kick off with a punt. I find usually punting is the better option because you usually have a punter that can absolutely boot the crap out of it.
Yeah, without the pressure of being rushed.
Yep.
At the same time, there's some teams with kickers who, if they can launch it with low trajectory, they're happy to do that too. But it all comes down to dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice.
And a few people tuning in, plenty of North Queensland support. Big Red, Renee Ashley Hahn from the Women's New South Wales side. She's tuning in. Her partner Dane Robinson coming in to call the next game. This punt is away and fielded at the Wolverines 25. It's Rowland. Rowland taken down from behind. He gets the ball back though, close to halfway to the Wolverines.
Terrell
14-7.
Sharp on the tackle there, making a contribution on special teams. Great job. Dancing around.
So, Wolverines back with an opportunity. This has been a Herculean effort from the All-Stars defense to keep this game as close as it is right now. Two by two spread. Dean, the far side wide receiver, I believe, number 4. Ryan steps up, can't avoid. Yes, he can. Eli Manning. Now he's taking it downfield, looking a little like Patty Mahomes, and he gets himself the first down. Well done.
Really good hustle by the All-Stars, but even better hustle Michael Ryan there on the QB. If you commit to sending that many, you're going to have not too many downfield if he gets away from it.
Beats the sack attempt of Rakura and Symington.
Symington had to come from the other side of the field. 7 minutes 43 and running in this final quarter. New South Wales 16, All-Stars yet to get on the board. Game 1, the under-19.
Oh, we got 2 players in motion. That's going to be a shift.
No,
They're
it's a
gonna take
timeout.
because they took
There was
the 2
going to
motions.
be some Canadian Football League, Arena Football League rules there, so the 2 players can't go in motion, or they can go in motion, but they have to get set for 1 second. I think Coach Glenn Bowes wasn't happy with what was going to happen, so he's called the timeout.
Good coaching. But that's exactly right. Yeah, one player can be in motion at the time of the snap, provided they are not moving forward. They are moving either backwards or parallel to the line of scrimmage. If 2 players are doing that, they both have to get set, as you mentioned, Coach, for the duration of 1 second, as we're hearing ourselves. Another voice to our headsets. Us, about 30 seconds in delay. Turn down the volume here with our phone live streams. Now we've both got the comments going. Darren Mitchell, the GA chairman, he's tuning in. He's probably out flying somewhere exotic.
Or he's probably stuck in an office,
Yeah, more likely.
which I'm probably going to bet is more the case, with a ton of paperwork. And that's why we have the live stream, Kenny, for those people that can't come down.
Exactly right.
Great stuff.
They were silly enough to put us in the booth. Ryan, under pressure, evading the pressure, dancing around. What's he doing? He's trying to get the ball away. He does. And he was outside of the tackle box, so he has a right to do that, though I still think you need to get that back to the OG line of scrimmage.
Which we're just double checking on. I think there's a point where the internal clock for the quarterback runs out, and you can dance around all you want looking for stuff, but there'll be a point where you've got to go, I'm either going to run it or I'm going to throw it away.
Yeah, there is a leniency there for quarterbacks who get hit while they throw, so sometimes Four goes the rule. Another shout out to a few more guys. Stephen Armstrong tuning in from probably around the corner. I know he lives out this way.
Newport Arms, perhaps?
Ben Lucas. And from Queensland, the legend Star 80. Queensland Hall of Famer Justin Fernley's tuning in.
Oh, Justin, hello. You finished feeding the horses for today and running on the beach?
Spread formation. Both interior receivers off the line of scrimmage, but it's a draw play for the first time today. It's Rujgersberg taken down in a huge tackle.
Will Simonton there in the middle, playing middle linebacker now. Nice draw play, got the setup, nice space in the middle. Look at this, just going to keep driving, keep driving. Centurion throw him to the ground roughly. Really nice job there.
Good news, Coach. Will Simonton, not 19. 3rd and 10.
Thank you, Kenny, I know that.
3rd and 7, my apologies. Correction on the down and distance.
Play action fake.
Let's see what Ryan will do. Directing traffic. He'll decide to take it himself. Gets to the outside and shoved out of bounds well before the first down marker. And we'll see a real close-up of it here for those watching at home.
Shout out to all the Canberra Central Spears watching on the live stream. Will is on fire today.
4th and 2. No surprises here. Wolverines keeping their offense on the field. Getting closer and closer to that desired 35-point spread they desperately want.
I think they're obviously not getting there quick enough, Kenny, as much as they want, but they're driving the field. Clock running.
Under center.
Dun 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 dun. Heels back at 9 almost. That's a long way back for a tailback.
What do they got going on here? A counter perhaps? It's a play action pass. It's a hard play action pass. They'll throw underneath to Brown. Brown I think's got enough there. Cops a shot, but he's converted for his Wolverines.
Well done again, Will Simonton there holding it up there.
4th and 2 going with a hard play action.
Yeah, very nice. But and that's one of those things maybe as a defensive line or linebacker you need to have a look at. Those running back heels are at 9 yards. Nobody in their right mind has a running back 9 yards deep if they're going to hand off to them. It's that time to set up the play action. So it's almost like sucker in, and then roll out.
Exactly right. 16 points currently the difference. And also the score of the Wolverines. Another deep line up here. This time, once again, play action. I think you're onto something, Coach. And they'll throw. Is that a catch? Incomplete. Pass intended to Mauer.
I could have done something else to help the quarterback out there. That would have been a stat of 1 catch but 0 yards.
It's all about that completion percentage nowadays.
Exactly
Coach.
right. Pass just short.
And 2nd and 10 does stop the clock. Inside 5 minutes now.
Look, the All-Stars have done fantastic with the low horses they have on the sideline. They haven't got many on the sideline there. A lot of the players are playing both ways.
Yeah, coming in with
They've done very well today.
the smallest roster alongside South Australia with only 28. Of course, they've lost 2 more due to injury, so make that 26. And Rujgersberg jukes past the first defender, rips off another and can't shake the third, and Rakura. The rest of the troops come in to shut that down. Clock gets going again.
Nice little counter. Good job. Enzo Bataducci there, just spreading the feet, saying if you're going to have a counter, you're coming my way. I think the All-Stars guys just love playing football. It doesn't matter what's happening. But you can see New South Wales Wolverines now just starting to throw a few more plays in now. Like we haven't seen the counter so much or the big play action from under centre. So you can see New South Wales just starting to open the playbook a little. You know, this could be tactical of what they want the opposition to see that they can do, or is it something along the lines of this is what we want to do to get in the end zone?
Another change of the backfield. It's Hawkins is back in the game for the first time since the first quarter. He runs a flat, but they'll throw over the middle. Nicely grabbed, juggles it, but bringing that in is Mauer.
Nice catch, nice double clutch there by Connor. Just a nice little slant in, underneath, sit, sort of snag scat route, we call it there, where the receiver runs a slant but then ends up hitching after about 5 yards. Just gives a nice target for the quarterback. Blitz up the middle by the All-Stars.
Now it's Balducci on the coverage. Bunch of receivers heading for the end zone. Changing his mind and directing traffic is Ryan. He goes to his right side now. Looking for Maurer again. Incomplete though. That'll bring up a second down. Second and 10 after that incomplete pass. New South Wales taking their time in the huddles now, knowing that time is on their side, but they will definitely lock up the win with another score here. But as of right now, if 16-0 is the score, New South Wales will move into second place with 46 points as their points differential. Of course, they are en route to adding another touchdown here, but they've been denied many a time.
Oh, great
Nice
coverage.
grab, but also great
Will
coverage.
Simonson.
That's Liam Brown picking up his probably sixth catch for the day. It's the busiest day he has had in the of the tournament.
Shout out to all our fellow coaches around Australia and around the world watching. Coach Long. We've got two Longs here. We've got one on the sideline and one watching.
La, 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 la.
Coach Nate reckons that one of the reasons why the running back is so deep, he used to have the same problem with the running back in his club, is that he's too fast to the hole.
Oh, right. Not often one that not often the situation you have to account for. Ryan. He's got protection.
Oh,
he
good
throws
pressure.
while getting hit. And coming back for the ball, I think might be Lucas Jeff, or maybe that's, we can't see, it's one of the white helmets.
I think that, great hit.
It's a solid hit.
I think it was a good target. The receiver was almost there. Really nice job by Michael Ryan staying on target, looking for the receiver. Yeah, you can see he got hit as he threw because, number one, his chin strap was up near his nostrils, and number two, the ball fluttered along the way, so the throwing motion was disrupted.
I think it was Corey Dean on the outside there. The intended receiver on the last play. Will Clode moving out to the left-hand side now. He's going to rush over the left guard. Ryan throwing to the right corner of the end zone. Looking for Maware, but incomplete. Sails over the sideline.
Really nice job here from Enzo Bataducci, I think. Just picking up the left guard, tossing him away and saying, I'm going to go after your quarterback.
Also nice patience there by the DB to touch the receiver just as he's catching the ball. And of course the understated comment there, that was fourth down. That's another turnover and
I
downs
was
from his
kind of shocked
defense.
with that there. As, we were too engrossed in the play to realise it was fourth down. Really nice job there. Hands to face, pushes him away, comes up and gets pressure. All-Stars getting lots of pressure on the quarterback. The receivers, I think New South Wales receivers are starting to get open and are getting open. Just the quarterback's not getting time to get there. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left in this final quarter, 16-0.
And guess what? There's been a change in quarterback now for the All-Stars. Mikolev is back in at QB. He'll keep it. He's rolled out. He's in trouble. Gets rid of it before copping a sack there. Right in his face was Joseph Latorraca, who had a big game 2 nights ago.
I know Coach Long, Matthew Long, will be a little bit upset. He's been coaching all week, or telling the quarterback all week, do not roll past this point. You can see there's a point there. He's just going too deep. He wants to roll. He wants to get set up. New South Wales know that when James is in there, he's going to roll. He's got the speed to get outside. So they're going to do something about it to contain it.
Chiefs, you can see number 84, the outback helmet. It's had a quiet day. They've done well to lock him up. They've targeted him once or twice, but hasn't been able to do much. Play action pass. Mikolev hitting sharp, gets hit as soon as he catches it. That's Aldridge with the play.
Great play by Aldridge there, just backing up into the area and then coming forward when he sees the ball and making a great tackle. Well done, Aldridge. Just great wrap there, really nice job. Good tackle techniques we've seen in this tournament. I think that'll be the 2-minute warning, Kenny. I think while we just had the double whistle.
Indeed we did. 2-minute warning happening during the last play. 3rd and 8. Mikulev needs to pull something out of this bag of tricks here for the All-Stars. Technically only 2 touchdowns behind if they can convert both of them.
Big call, Kenny. Bold move, Cotton.
See if it pays off. They'll give it to Thompson. Thompson cuts back, bounces off his
there's
own
a face
players.
mask.
He's going. Is there a face mask penalty? There's a flag on the field. He's still wrestling, takes it past the 30. A big effort there from Thompson.
Little pinball run there by Thompson. Just bounces off one of the defenders and says, oh, I'm going to go this way now.
2 flags on the field, one back near the 20, the other one by the deep official.
Jimmy Thompson with a couple of good runs today.
During the run, face mask. On the defense, 15-yard penalty will be added on to the end of the run. First down.
There you go. There's the bag of tricks. Turns out it was a face mask. Nevertheless, it would have been converted anyway. Huge run there from Jimmy Thompson.
Yeah,
so
Jimmy.
The face mask is merely a bit of sugar on the cherry.
I think it's just, Kenny, it's a really good example, though, of the range of Gridiron now. And we've got Gridiron in Townsville and Cairns, but the Townsville players are doing really well. The Tasmanian players are doing fantastic. I mean, it just shows the level of competition and the level of skill now in the far-reaching worlds of Australia is going well with American football.
And time's ticking down. Stars, as we see whistles come in. The officials need to talk about something. But yes, also worth noting about the Tasmanian players, there was no Tasmanian representatives on the coaching staff. So unlike the previous year, where it was actually Coach Jackson who was in Tasmania calling the shots, there was no coaching representative to have a bit more of a hands-on help with the lead up there.
Well, maybe not every year we can have everything. We've got the players, but maybe we'll see how we go for the Nationals in another 2 years' time.
Fortunately for Tasmania, a lot of their Tasmanian guys were experienced guys. Fake pitch. Mikulev dances and buys himself some time. He's going to have to do it again. He's taking a Madden sack here. Can he pull a Jameis Winston play out of his hat? Has he turned into an athlete, or will he look downfield? He's still following. Look at him go. He's past the line of scrimmage. Positive yardage. Mikulev making something happen. Turns a potential huge loss into a 16-yard scamper.
That is a 180-yard run for a 40-yard gain. Very nice job there. Look at this guy running around. This is where you press triangle. Now we're going to come up with the L1 square hit stick as we do the jump around. Great. I mean, and what I love about that is the legal blocking from everybody. Everybody knows Big Sam Kenner. Take a breath, son. Get some oxygen. And I'm watching it on the replay.
A much-needed timeout here taken by the All-Stars.
Coach, can we have a timeout?
Sam Kenner's on the verge of vomiting, it looks like. Look at him making a key block there to spring Mikulev.
Really nice job.
Look, we can barely see it for the shadows, but I could swear after he makes that little hop miss at the back there, you see a smile come on Mikulev's face. He knew something was going to happen there on that play.
Oh, that was a great run.
That reminds me, what was it? The remake of The Longest Yard. Adam Sandler just making it happen on his own.
But again, Kenny, I think the thing I appreciated most of that was no flags on the field, all perfectly legal blocks. Often you get blocks in the back and things like that when plays break down, but people did really well, and really good job pursuit also too by New South Wales to eventually bring him down.
And bring him down. Well, not in bounds. Stars had to take a timeout, but I think they would have used it regardless. Stars trailing by 16. If they can score a touchdown here quickly and convert, well...
Coach Long will be just saying, same play again on one.
Yeah, do that again.
Do that again.
Get another one of those in there. Mikulev.
James Mikulev with 180 yards rushing sideways.
It's a stat. Oh, geez, Coach. Shame you're not here for the South Australian. I've got some interesting stats from that one. You can look back at it on the live stream, courtesy of the South Australian players. Short pass. It's the sharp. He was open, but he drops it in the flat. The clock doesn't move, however. Just over 1 minute remaining in the game.
It was a good play there. Just throw it short. He was uncovered. I would have got at least 10 yards there, or 5 to 10 yards. Just got to make sure we catch the ball.
Micallef gets the play call, returns to the huddle looking confident.
1 minute and 1 second in the final quarter. Here's 16 New South Wales All-Stars looking to get on the board.
Wolverines, they'd love a big play here. They've got what looks like the win in one hand, but the margin is oh so important on this final day. Micallef looking downfield, throwing for the end zone. He's got Jeeves! Jeeves in stride! Jeeves looking for the right pylon! He will get there! Touchdown! All-Stars! They dig into this lead and do some damage to the spread the Wolverines are trying to build.
What a great job protection there. Just rushing 4. New South Wales were rushing 5. James steps up, sees a crossing route. Finally, Jeeves gets him airtime. And the momentum just keeps him going into the end zone. Great stuff for the All-Stars.
The older of the Jeeves brothers, he collects his second touchdown of the tournament after being shut out for much of this game.
Where has that been all day, Thomas Jeeves? Come on now. Really nice job just going past the linebacker.
No surprises here. The All-Stars lining up for 2 points. Probably an overdue comment here, but after a touchdown, the teams have the option to kick it for 1 point. I'm trying to get the ball back in the end zone from the 3-yard line for 2 points.
And they can choose which hash mark they want it from, Kenny, as well.
Correct.
So left or right or middle.
And Micallef very slowly backpedals, looking for Flinders Cameron.
What a great catch.
Who gets defended by the goalpost but adds 2 points. Jeez, have we got some drama here in the final 51 seconds.
I tell you what a great catch to know that the goalpost is coming up and you're going to hit it. It's almost like a defender. Look at this slant. This is going to be a great angle here. Just the slant pass. That's a great way to hold onto it. Great way to take out the goalpost.
One tackle there for the goalpost. 16-8, the concentration there from Cameron.
Gee, Andrew Robinson fell over, which I think unfortunately took out 2 New South Wales players. It wasn't a design pick play, it was just an accident that happened.
And back to the live pictures now. 2 timeouts, not enough to try and stop them in their own volition. The All-Stars will be going for an onside kick here. This kick needs to go 10 yards before the All-Stars can look to recover it. We've lost picture. Not a good time for it. And well, we've lost picture in our booth. We'll be looking at the field here for the onside recovery. Picture's back. Flinders Cameron, who just caught the 2-point conversion, and he's kicked it low. This should be recovered, and the Wolverines very much should.
Well, I'm going to say, Kenny, hold up, because New South Wales, they know they need the points. So I know you're probably about to say, hey, New South Wales will just kneel this out and take the game. I don't know if they will. They might have a good shot at the end zone because they need the points. This is not rubbing up the score or anything like that. Is New South Wales know they need points for for and against.
Oh,
so if they do take a knee, that'll be nice. But if I would have no problem with them going for it because they need points.
Of course, the less points they score, the more they rely on outside results. In particular, Queensland to beat Victoria, and South Australia to defeat Western Australia to send them to a national championship. Of course, points for and against will be huge.
Huge.
For New South Wales in that Queensland-Victoria game.
Illegal snap, number 61 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And looking at the league table.
Correction, 74.
See there, 2 teams with 2 wins at the moment are Queensland and Victoria. New South Wales about to join them with a game in hand, but their points differential as of right now is 38.
That's good of you, Kenny. So when we lose the live stream in the car, you go to Facebook. That's pretty cool. Very nice.
Of course, it is a bit of a delay, so it doesn't quite help me. Eptonstall's the quarterback back in the game to try and launch it. They almost had a catch to Mulvaney.
Mulvaney going up. This television monitor is really annoying me, so I can't see anything.
So 38 points is the current points differential. And Victoria sit at 24 right now with a game against Queensland to go. Of course, South Australia, they will be in the fold too here if they beat Western Australia. Of course, they've got a less than favourable points differential with currently negative 47. Timeout taken to New South Wales.
Oh, sorry, Kenny. I like that route last time. That was a nice little motion across and then just have the receiver go straight up the seam. It took a while to develop, but that's what you want. Everything's going to clear out from that, and you're going to hit them straight up the seam. Timeout New South Wales. That is their final timeout, Kenny? Yep,
Correct.
that's their last timeout. 40 seconds to go. 16-8 is the score. All Stars went for the onside kick, probably just a little deep there.
I think they were looking for a friendly bounce. It didn't happen for them. Now, will New South Wales look to just leg this deep? Coach Bose is having a good chat with the officials, trying to figure out what's what. It's an animated one, I'll tell you that. You can see him there in the fine grey underpants, Under Armour golf pants.
Kenny.
So Freudian slip.
Welcome to the Free State Gridiron League. That'd be interesting too. I don't know why you'd be wanting to have a talk too much.
There's the
Oh yeah, you can
All-Stars
see the All Stars, and that's what I love about the All Stars is, you know, they're behind on the scoreboard, but they don't really care. They're just having fun playing football.
That's what it's all about.
Kenny, I'm going to rely on you for this last call because this monitor is just.
Well, I'll tell you what, it
just throw it out the
doesn't
window.
look like we'll miss much. I think Coach Bose is going to kneel this out and just accept the victory and leave the fate of his team's tournament. Oh, that's a lovely moment there between two outback players. Giving a cheeky little hug at the line of scrimmage after the knee.
Ethan Rakura, what are you doing? It's hilarious. Because they know that they're going to take a knee, he's doing something very silly at linebacker. Turning around and facing the other way.
Well, there it is. Coach Bose has left his team's fate.
And that is the game,
the
ladies
fates.
and gentlemen.
The end of the game here, with the ball being all but raised. A timeout, sorry. The All-Stars have taken a timeout. Let's bring back those applauses. You already had your headset off.
I was
one
ready
foot
to
out the
get out.
door.
I was going to the canteen, Kenny. I was going to get some snakes. There was a timeout.
By the All-Stars, I think just to try and soak in some more game time, some more dance moves, some more hugs.
What, does Sam Kennan need more oxygen?
Quite possibly. I'm getting tired just watching him play. This should be the last play of the day. Well, it's 38 seconds though, so by all means, could
You
see
know
a
what,
couple.
Kenny? I think I've just seen sportsmanship then. The New South Wales didn't have any timeouts. Did All Stars just take a timeout so there would be no penalty on New South Wales?
Possibly, and Balducci now.
See what I mean?
For a fake punt. All formalities now, and nothing but respect between these two teams. It's fantastic to see. You can see number 74, Will Clode, on the middle of your screen there. He's had a fantastic game.
No, they're taking another timeout. So unless this is to get people on the field, and I don't know why at this stage.
Either that, or if they've got some...
Oh, hang on, Kenny. Oh, I see what this is actually very clever. My bad, because I couldn't see it from the sideline. It is 4th down. So they've taken timeout, had to run a play, timeout, had to run a play. So this means New South Wales have to punt the ball, and All Stars are going to try and run this back for a touchdown.
I want to say that's absolute genius, but I think that's also on us to not paying attention.
We're getting ready to wrap it up.
All the Madden folk back home are definitely calling out what was going on, but regardless, you're right. This has brought up a 4th and 17, as we see on our monitor now. And so, well, there's different ways you can handle this. Obviously, punting is one option, but I've also seen in the 2013 scenario...
It's 36 seconds, Kenny. They're not going to run around.
36 seconds. I was about to say, I
They're
saw
not running around.
Simon Whitehead just take the snap against Queensland and just dance around for 30-odd seconds. Chariot's punting. He will punt. It will find the field. This is soaking up seconds.
This is the guy you want returning. He's got
That's
the wheels.
Robinson taking on Jake Edwards. He'll beat him for pace. No, he's forced to cut back. He's cutting against more linemen. He'll take this back to the 40 with 20 seconds remaining in this game. The drama's not over. Neither is the fate sealed for either of these two teams, particularly New South Wales.
16-8, 20 seconds to go. All Stars have no timeouts. New South Wales have no timeouts.
Nothing but time and 8 points separating these two teams. I will remind you, with New South Wales, if they lose this, that's more or less their chance at the natty goodbye.
Can we have a draw from here, Kenny?
We can have a draw.
We can have a draw from here.
So
And the game ends in a draw?
the game ends in a draw indeed. So realistically, there's no way New South Wales loses this, but they can. The All Stars can snake a point. Don't even get started about how that affects the standings. Didn't account for that. Trips left.
Chris back in the quarterback, though.
They're letting him finish off the game. Micallef was the one who led them to the 8 points. He's fumbled the snap, and they're going to have to get back to this line of scrimmage ASAP, Rocky.
You can see they're telling him to run back, all the receivers to run back real quick.
9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds.
They won't do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they can't get the snapper away. That is the end of the game now. There it is. We think there was no time, mates. I'm going to hold it until I see this ball above the head. Waiting for the ball to be held up. There it is. Full time here on the final game for these two teams in the regular season, if you will. New South Wales, they come away with a victory. Their record is now 2-1 after a 16 points to 8 victory over the All Stars here on day 3. They now wait for the results of the next 2 games. Both the South Australian game, which could push this to a 3-way tie, and of course the result of the Queensland and Victoria game. They will be playing the nervous awaiting game. But for now, they have a victory over the All Stars via a 16 point to 8 margin. Coach Hollywood Rose already taking us in. So on behalf of Hollywood Rose, thank you for joining us here both at Narrabeen and on screen for day 1. We hope, for game 1 I should say, on day 3. We hope you join us for the rest of the games here on day 3. Kenny Andres, John Hollywood Rowe, and for live streaming Brisbane, we'll leave you with the day 3 results. Be back soon for South Australia taking on WA.